Okay, it's working. Hey everybody, hi. How are you? I'm Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. Hey, and it's Mac Gaming Thursday. It's our first Mac Gaming Thursday of the new year. Hi. Whew. So as you can see, I am not finished unpacking. I still have more unpacking to do. These are books for class. And there's like a box that's not unpacked, like over there with tech stuff in it. I can't point there. And this is a bookshelf that needs to go up here with more books and all of that. So I am Prax. Hey Prax, how are you? I'm back in the same room, but I have a new desk because my old desk disintegrated. So I have a new desk, which is a very cool desk, and I hope it is actually much more sturdy. It is, however, taller than my other desk. So I need a taller chair because this chair is a little too short. So I need to just, I need to get a taller chair. This chair will not go any taller than it currently is. So we'll work on it. Hey, Chromatic, how are you? Hi, everybody. Look, I've got so many things on my mind that I want to talk to you about. But, oh my gosh, I just realized something. Something very important. Something desperately important. Hold on one second. Don't go anywhere. I have something in the other room that I need. Hold on. Cannot do a stream without my megaphone. That would be scandalous. Like I couldn't even imagine it. That would be the worst. Could you? Could you imagine? I can't. That would be awful. Anyway, hey, I'm back and I have my megaphone just in case I need it. How are you all? Speaking of which, while I'm here, um, what are you all doing? You know what? You can't tell me. Yes, you can tell me. So, it's I've missed you all. Well, I mean, you all saw me last Friday for the first part of Cthulhu Confidential: The Red Mist, which we have part two tomorrow. And thank you, Hawkeye. So I just wanted to say thank you all for being there last week, which was our first Cthulhu Confidential with Pumpkinberry, and that's very exciting to me. Um, Let me see. What did I want to tell you all before we start? Because there are things I want to tell you all before we start. And I've got all that set up, so we're good. Um, Much looking forward to part two with PB. Me too. Look, I got some stuff because I have these ideas that I want to do in case things happen in Cthulhu in the Red Mist, and I was like, I hope they come in the mail in time, and a bunch of the stuff has arrived in boxes, which I hope to unpack, and get ready. But there's one thing that I do not have yet. One thing that I do not have yet, and I hope it'll arrive before tomorrow night. Or I hope the thing that will trigger it will not happen tomorrow. We'll see. Um, Tuesday was the 18th, and thanks for the help on Discord. Oh, no worries. So let me see. What did I want to say? So that was very exciting. Yeah, I got things in the mail, so I'm very excited about that. Um, you owe us. Oh, I actually, I owe. I've got a bunch of songs to do. I can tell right now. I've got some name games to sing, and then of course, Ice Bunny had a birthday as well. Both of these things are true. Do not think. Oh, hey, look, I have a giveaway. You remember back when I was doing giveaways for Steam games that were PC only and that I could not play because I'm on a Mac, and I'm going to do those again, and I have forgotten the last couple of times. So mods, do not let me forget that I have a giveaway to do that I want to do before sometime in the middle of the stream. So don't let me forget. Okay, so what are the things I want to tell you things. Um, Today was my first day of classes. Today was my first day of classes, which it was virtual for the first week, and we're going to go in person next week. But I have some concerns. I prefer teaching in person than teaching virtually. No, game is totally going to happen. But I have some concerns. And that is that you missed the purple blue beard. Well, I have to like get myself time to go and bleach. Also, there wasn't any point bleaching yet because I hadn't been, because I was just going to be in that 2 weeks of moving. But I'm in a space where I could probably now re-bleach it and re-dye it. I just had to wait till I got myself moved in. Hey, Lindy, how are you? Okay, so look, I've got these classes, right? And we have this COVID protocol. And part of the COVID protocol is that no one is allowed to eat in class because eating in class involves taking your mask off. And the class I'm in has got 65 students, and it's in a classroom that basically everyone's pretty tightly packed together, so there's no eating. But I just got a letter from the student accommodations office that says I have a student in class who has to be allowed to eat in class because of their disability. And also part of how our student accommodations service works is that we're not allowed to let anyone know. Basically, we're not allowed to out anybody. So like we can't let somebody know that somebody has a accommodation. So I've got a student who's got to be allowed to eat in class, but I cannot let anybody know that it's because they have an accommodation, which means if they're allowed to eat in class, which by the way is against the rules, and Prax is correct. Prax says, which means I tell all the classes allowed to eat to protect confidentiality. But everybody eating in a class of 65, in a classroom of 65 in the middle of a COVID pandemic is not particularly safe, right? And it actually goes against university policy. So what I think I'm going to have to do is find out if I can take the class online permanently. Because if the class is online, then none of this is a problem. The only problem is I cannot choose to have the class be online. I have to get permission from the deans to bring the class online because the university does not want the classes online anymore because students don't like it. As it turns out, students are like, before the pandemic happened, students were like, you know what would be great? Everything be online. We don't need to be in class anymore. Online's great. And then we all went online. They're like, wait, we hate this. So I need to get permission from our administration to take my class online. So that is what I have to do. Maybe they can leave the room to eat. It's not the best, but I don't know how to follow both guidelines. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to talk to the student accessibility office, and then I'm going to see if taking the class online will be approved by the administration. Because here's the thing: if we weren't in a pandemic, it would be fine because people can eat. I don't care. Also, if they force you to break rules, get it in writing, defend yourself. Yeah. So look, when we're not in a pandemic, students can eat in my classes. I don't care. People will be like, sometimes actually for my seminars that I had, which would meet in the morning, people would come in and they'd bring like bagels for everybody. And it was very nice. I'm not bothered by people eating in general. However, in this particular, because there's no way to social distance in this class because of the size of it, because it's such a huge class, and it just basically we're at capacity, so we cannot social distance, so that won't work. So yeah, I have to go and talk. So but that is a thing that is on my mind currently, is about how to make sure that everybody gets their accommodations, but we also stay safe. So that's what I'm thinking about, and then also assignments, things like that, because I've been doing a lot of work. Anyway, that's what's on my mind. I had my first day of class. Let me see, what else do I want to tell you all? Ooh, I'm streaming again. So today is our long dark, also known as hypothermia and hernias. Tomorrow will be Cthulhu Confidential, which I hope I can do some kind of cool thing. Another alternative might be to move the class to a bigger room if one is available. Um, Possibly. We have one other. Well, the only problem is we have one other room that is bigger. The only problem is that room you really are not allowed to eat in at all. That one is a that is our concert hall. The only thing we have bigger in our buildings are concert hall, and that one is really people are not allowed to eat in that one at all. So, oh yeah, um, uh, Ice Bunny Long Dark is totally going to happen. I'm planning on playing it because I want to find out what happens. Um, yeah, so gonna go and try to figure out what to do about that, and then also I've had to like redesign the classes for the uncertainty of COVID, and did that, so that was pretty decent. But I'm looking forward to the class. I just realized though after I finalized the syllabus for the rock and roll class that I wanted to change the '90s country lecture by 2 songs, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it as it is. Uh, Unstable Dio says food does not belong in a console. Yes, cannot. There's no food. Video games and hugging a tabletop is where it's at. But I like them both. Prediction: it will snow. That's what's going to happen to the game. Also, wolves. Maybe a surprise bear as well. All right, so that's what's happening there. So I've started teaching again. It's been a hot minute since I've taught, so it's nice to be back. Um, but dealing with COVID is tricky. And by the way, just so you know, I need a new chair, but we get notification if one of our students has been quarantined for COVID and cannot attend class. I've got 3 students so far who've been quarantined, who I've got the quarantine message for. So it's like, ooh, already 3 students, and classes have just started for me today, and I already have 3 students who cannot attend class for a while because of quarantine. So I'm like, this is like on my mind of like how to do this in a way that is safe for everyone. Um, because um, I want people to be safe. What about giving your students more breaks? I can imagine they would not mind to get out. Oh, we don't have breaks in class. Our class is only an hour and 15 minutes, and we don't really have enough time to do everything we already have to do. So we don't actually have breaks. Chromatic says, I just sent my stepfather to the hospital and he popped positive, and I likely have it. Oh man, dang it. Krellin says, starting classes right as this highly infectious vaccine dodging variant is starting seems incredibly unwise to me. Yeah, Yale actually pushed off their classes by a week or two, but my school did not. My school's like, no, no, we're going to start, but the first week will be virtual so that we can stagger people arriving on campus. I mean, I'm getting tested every 3 times a week. So, but the thing is, look, I we have some we have students who are immunocompromised, and we have faculty members who are 70. You know what I mean? So like, it's just a little bit worrisome. Um, Staggering students is par for the course at college. Actually, we don't normally. Okay. I thought you had to hide the student eating for 4 hours. No, no. We just have an hour and 15 minutes as our lecture class twice a week. We will see. So this class that I teach, I'm actually teaching. I usually teach at like 1, but I'm teaching in the 3-hour blocks, 3 p.m. blocks, so 3 p.m. to 4:15. So just note, if I'm a little late to start on Thursdays, it's because students have kept me long, but I hope not. Um, what else did I want to tell you? So Saturday we'll be having the Outer Worlds, which I'm very excited about. That'll be really good. I've got plans of things to do, which is also very exciting stream wise. I was talking to some people about some things. We disguised the student as a shrubbery. Problem solved. I feel like a shrubbery eating a granola bar would be pretty conspicuous. And look, if the student needs to eat, the student needs to eat. Do you know what I mean? Like, I actually would not want the student not to eat if they need to eat. If they have an accommodation, if they have a disability that says they have to eat in class, then that means they have to eat in class. You don't get an accommodation unless you need it. So I want my student to be able to eat if they need to eat, right? But at the same time, I want to limit the possibility of spreading COVID, right? So I'm just trying to work it out. Uh, so our batch starting this. No, no. Look, I told my TAs that they have to like pull me out of there. So I'm hoping that will happen. That is important. Um, Yeah, especially with something like diabetes, they have blood glucose. Exactly. Like it's important to me that the students get their accommodations. Like I do not want, um, if somebody needs accommodation, I want them to have it, right? And I want to figure out the best way to make sure that that works for everyone. So, didn't you tell your TAs to do that 2 years ago? I did, but my current TA, one of them is like, "This is what I do," and I was like, "All right," and so I feel like she's gonna be on it. So I'm excited. So let me see. Let me see. What else do I want to tell you? I've got things, but we'll talk more about that later, I suppose. So look, this is important for Hawkeye. I will not be able to host Critical Role until after January, until February, because I've got this big secret project that is due at the end of the month, and the end of the month has 10 days left, and so I've got a bunch of writing I have to do, which means I have to start, and I have to get ready for my Soul seminar, which starts next Tuesday. So I've got to set up the Soul seminar, which is going to happen tonight, and then I've got to work on this other project. So once all of that is up and running and done, then I will be able to start hosting Critical Role again on Thursday nights. So that is good. Um, oh, I have 11 days. Yes. A male person name start with an A. Kyle. Kyle. Uh, Kyle. That's it. Um, so, okay. And y'all, there's something else, but I don't know what it is. Kenneth, what's the frequency, Kenneth? That's what I wanted to tell uh, Lindy. Do you all know? Y'all, by the way, I was just doing all this research for classes, and you get in that research hole, and you're like looking through all stuff, and you're like thinking about things. Anyway, I've been thinking a lot about a lot of things. So like my mind is full of music at this moment, which is somewhat distracting, but it's okay. Y'all, I think there's gonna be a lot of good gaming in this spring. Um, I have some concerns about some academic stuff that's not about COVID, but I mean, academic concerns. We will find out how things go really soon. Um, cross your fingers for me, everybody, that I will not be voluntold to do something outrageous. This is the request. Just cross your fingers, that I will not be voluntold to do this thing that I should not do. And I should not do it. So, yes, just, yeah. Usually students tell themselves if there is something up. I had a classmate who has ice migraines, and us knowing helped her out. One of us took care of her, and the other were taking care of the public strangers. Yeah, but again, our policy is about medical privacy. Um, so that is not a thing I can do, or I don't want to put pressure on somebody to out themselves either. Just practice saying no. You're a POC scholar resident where you're absolutely going to get voluntold. Yeah, outrageous as in extra work, or outrageous as in sketchy. Outrageous as in extra work, like whoa, like whoa. Hey, Trooper, you're the perfect guy to do a bunch of extra work. You'll be a team player, right? Yes. And the problem is there are not really other candidates. I mean, there are, but they don't want to do it either. So I did not say yes. I mean, I am a team player, but I said, hey, this seems to be a problem. Also, me doing the thing does not fix the larger problem. Do you know what I mean? I think it just kicks the larger problem down the road. It'd be easy if the student wanted to just tell the class, but having chronic medical issues, please understand. People don't have to tell people. Yeah, no, and also I don't think anyone should have to out themselves about any kind of medical condition if they don't want to. That's their private thing. So yeah, don't mop the floor when the water is still running. Yeah, so it's a bit of a conundrum. I don't know what's gonna happen. So we're gonna just find out. But I will tell you this: if this thing happens and I have to do it, which I don't think I should do, this is going to mean the thing starts July 1st. So I'm going to be working all summer. I mean, I'm going to get a lot of extra work starting July 1st. And yeah. Sometimes you got to mop the floor so you can stop the water. Well, that's true. I'm a team player, but when it's always me doing things, it's not really a team anymore. Yeah. So, yeah. we will see what happens. It's there's like, larger administrative stuff going on that will just we're gonna see how it goes. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm being vague. I know. So, you know what? The name game. Come on, everybody. I say now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F, or an M will appear. And then I say Bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. Then I say the name again with an F, very plain. Then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Krellin, 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 Bobellin, banana, fanner, fo, felon, fee, fi, mo, melon. Krellin the melon felon. Hawkeye, 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 Buckeye, banana, fanner, fo, Hawkeye, fee, fi, mo, mock guy. Hawk guy. The name game. Thank you both for those resubs. Krellin notes, we now interrupt your regular scheduled stream for some singing. Indeed. And then also, Hawkeye handed over the CR lounge keys, but I handed them right back. Rissa says, I know you've barely finished moving, but do you expect to have to move anytime soon? Well, I mean, the gig I'm in right now is for the academic year. So if I do it again next year, if I'm a scholar in residence again next year, then I will not have to move next year. So that means I'm here for at least a year and a half. So we will see. I mean, I hope I can do this again next year, because I'd hate to move again in 4 months. That would be the worst. So I hope I get to stay here a little bit longer. Chromatic says, I often say I know T, Tiffany is my real name, is in team, but there is an EAM in that too. That's true. Is that when you ask Eric and Mike to join your team? Yes. Ice Buddy says, Scamminac, what did you put in the pipe? I always thought the funny tobacco makes you slow. Godler's like, I just heard Krellin melon film. It's true. Krellin has stolen so many melons. But I think Krellin says, I just steal felonious amounts of melon. The question, though, is, hello, Anna Geek. Krellin, what kind of melon? What kind of melon? So here's just what I want to share with you all. It is the honeydew versus cantaloupe situation. Because when you get the mixed fruit, you know what I mean? It's always like honeydew, cantaloupe, some sad grapes, and like a very small amount of pineapple. That's always in that kind of like mixed fruit thing. And the thing is, watermelon's awesome. I love watermelon. But I'm just thinking about the difference between, hello. So I feel like good honeydew is better than good cantaloupe, but I think bad honeydew is worse than bad cantaloupe. What do you think? Which is a bit of a conundrum about which one is better. But watermelon isn't a melon? It isn't? What is it? Watermelon's not a melon? I need to know more about this. Krellin says, honeydew. I steal the bad honeydew and use it as ammunition in my global conquest schemes, because who would eat bad honeydew? That is fair. Scamminac says, in the Star Wars RPG I'm playing in, our group is about to smuggle some space melons full of drugs. Nice. I wonder what kind of... Is it... Aniking says, isn't it a berry? Oh. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. These are... Oh. Ice Buddy says, I only eat canned pineapple. Chromatic says, I had a cantaloupe fresh out of the mixing fields. It's so amazing. Scamminac says, strawberries aren't berries either, right? Because they're seeds from the outside. Oh. Huh. Hawkeye says, I love honeydew. I do too. I do not like the taste of cantaloupe, or as we call it, muskmelon. Really? I didn't know that muskmelons and cantaloupes were the same thing. Yeah, bad honeydew. Yeah. Yes. Hey, Ice Bunny. Ice Bunny, I have to tell you something. It's really important. Also, I want to put up my sound curtain. I haven't done that yet. I have to put up my There's still some things I have to do in this office to make it pop, but you know, um, we'll get there. Annie Geek says, I'm not a fan of melons in general, to be honest. Strawberries aren't berries because they're aggregate fruits, not individual fruits. Huh. Honeydew is bland. Actually, I really like a good, like the things, a good ripe honeydew I think is really good. But oftentimes, this I think is a problem with the way we do farming, is that a lot of times these melons are picked when they're not ripe yet and frozen and sent off. And so people, I think we often are eating underripe melons, is what I'm thinking, you know? Watermelon is technically a gourd. Oh, I find these things fascinating. Okay, so Ice Bunny, I wanted to tell you something. It's kind of important, you know, and I want you to know it. So, Ice Bunny. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Happy birthday, dear Ice Bunny. Don't go changing. I mean that. All right. Happy birthday to you and many more. Happy birthday, Ice Bunny. Happy birthday. Biologically, watermelon is a fruit of the Cucurbitaceae family, closer to cucumber. Interesting. That's from Chromatics. Gabby says, technically, strawberry is an aggregate accessory fruit, meaning that the fleshy part is derived not from the plant's ovaries, but from the receptacle that holds the ovaries. Huh. Annie Geek says, it is hard for me to eat certain things out of season, because usually they're grown in a hothouse, picked unripe and chemically ripened. Krell says, according to a Wikipedia article on melons, melons are berries of the Pepo variety, which also, according to Wikipedia, means watermelon is in fact a melon. All of these things are so fascinating. Hawkeye says, I grew up near Muscatine, Iowa. Muscatine? Because the ground there from the Mississippi River, they grew some of the best melons. Ooh. People would drive out of the way to get Muscatine melons. That sounds really good. Next of kin says, tangentially, eggplants are berries, and that kind of upsets me. Eggplants upset me, actually. Muscatine. Ice Bunny says, a little bit changed here to the better, so a bit less freak out mode. Yes. Hey, you know what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna just, put the game up, because we're gonna theoretically play. Look, y'all, remind me at like 7:30 or so-ish that I want to do like the giveaway. Don't let me forget. Oh, side quest. Thank you, PH. Right now I'm in this place where we've got this woman, Gwen, and we've got to bring her back from this crash site before she dies. So this is kind of where we're at. We have to just bring her back, and then we can do side quests. Because, it's a problem. So freezing is the fastest way to die on Great Bear. Warm up by getting out of the wind, getting near a fire, or getting inside a shelter. Yeah. A berry is a fleshy fruit without a stone, produced from a single flower containing one ovary. Huh. Hey, the last time we played, we got attacked by a bear. And that was kind of rough.
I'll see if I can help.
I didn't appreciate it, and so she's just she's losing what? What is she losing? That's is that water? Yes, it's water. We can give her water. Can't we give her water?
I'm gonna check you over.
I would just like to Oh, I don't think we can give her water. Well, all right. Look, it is miserable out there, and also there was a bear that tried to murder us. So, that's like a difficult thing. But the name game, come on everybody. I need a taller chair. Now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F, or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fenner, and foe. Then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. Then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. But if the first two letters are ever the same, I drop them both, then say the name. I like Bob. Bob drop the B's, Bo, oh Fred. Fred drop the F's, fo, red. Oh, Mary, Mary drop the M's, mo, airy. That's the only rule that is contrary. Barentor, 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 Bo, Erentor, Banana, Fana, Fo, Ferentor, Fee, Fi, Mo, Merentor. Barentor, the name game. Thank you for that resub, Barentor. Y'all. Ice Bunny says, I actually contacted the ADHD coach. At the moment, she only does online or walks and talks because she has a half-year-old kid and Rona's going crazy. Oh, that makes sense, of course. Yeah, no, I can't treat her by picking her up. I think she has to be more thirsty, is what it is. That's all. I think that she's not thirsty enough for me to feed her yet. Yeah. So yeah, I think the little drop is the water, right? Yes? Yes. Yeah. Anna Geek says, I'm really weird when it comes to certain fruits. Like, I don't like mango, but it's okay in the Arizona energy tea. Well, but I imagine it's not really mango-y then, right? Time of Gifts. Hey, Time of Gifts. Well, you could have exited the game pursued by Time of Gifts. First off, Time of Gifts. I appreciate what you said. Secondly, that, of course, is from the end of Act 1, I think it is, of The Winter's Tale. Oh, it might be Act 2. Either 1 or 2 from The Winter's Tale. The thing is, I actually did a monologue from The Winter's Tale for a Shakespeare competition in high school, which I thought was pretty cool. Mango's got a weird texture and a geek, so that might be it. Barrington, much love. You got to cook dinner. Oh, okay. Go cook dinner. Speaking of dinner, I have got to... So, I'm going to tell you all something. It's just to let you know. How the texture of a mango tastes spoiled to me no matter... Oh, that's interesting. I need to have a persimmon. I don't think I've ever had one. Or I might have had one when I was a kid, but I need to have a persimmon to see what that tastes like. Papaya is the worst. It stinks. What was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you something. I forgot my train of thought. I've never had a persimmon. I think I had when I was a little kid, but I don't think it was ripe. So I need to try a new persimmon. I need to have food. That's what it was. So look, I'm back here and I'm teaching. So you all know what this means. This means I'm going to try really hard this semester to eat regularly and to exercise and play the banjo. And also to get actual sleep. This is my goal. My goal is to do all the things that I need to do while also eating, sleeping, and exercising and playing the banjo. We will see if we do it. This is my goal. Is this possible? I don't know. But
Easy.
okay,
Just gonna see if I can...
she's not losing heat, so we're good. I think we're fine. Well, I got the whole FedEx thing fixed by driving down there myself. And, I think we're gonna have to add fuel. But I also don't think we have a lot of fuel, so that's not great. So y'all, we have a bit of a conundrum here. And that is we're in the middle of a, like, what do you call it? How much water do I have? Where am I even at? What is going on? I've got a lot of water, so that's fine. And I'm not particularly tired, so that's okay. I feel like we're probably kind of okay, right? More or less. Let me cook something. What do I have to cook? I have nothing to cook. That's sort of bad. Do I have food? I've got like 1,000 food. That's fine. I'm gonna have this moldy granola bar. Oh, I had to go down there in person. Are you okay? To get the desk. Like, it was just really ridiculous, and I was less than excited about it. Yeah, I was not excited about how that went. And I was like, well, you know what though? If that's what it takes for me to get my desk, I will pick it up. Hey! Why does that feel like you have your plate filled to max? Well, I mean, I almost always do. Get regular sleep. Yeah, you should do that. Looks and seems like it's... Oh. Yeah. I mean, I've been... No links. I've been working on it. You know, I've been trying. So y'all, I would like to keep going, but I am concerned about my lack of, I'm concerned, right? Because I've got, there's a storm going out there. Do you know what I mean? Like a huge, massive storm, and I don't like it. Maybe I can like do some, oh, hey. I can maybe repair that? Yeah, let's repair that. Yeah, let's do that. If we repair it, like it keeps us in front of the fire for a while, and it'll keep us a little bit warmer, so also maybe repair that. Yeah. Y'all. Sleep is overrated. If you used to be more, look, sleep is important. You know what I mean? We only have 4 minutes left, and this storm is still going strong. Also, do you remember we were attacked by a bear last time? I wish I had, is there like if I could get some kind of fuel for this fire, I could maybe keep it going a little bit longer, but, hold on, maybe I can chop this up. I cannot. I don't have enough fire. And this is very worrisome because, it's bad out there. I don't know if you noticed. And our fire's out. So we're gonna have to go. I'm worried.
Be serious.
I'm worried about this. Yeah, let's just feed her some water so she doesn't dehydrate. Well, okay, we are going to pick her up
I've got you.
and we're gonna walk. And I don't like it because have you seen what it's like out there? Okay, so we're here. If we can maybe get to this barn, we might be okay. Also, good news is, Annie Geek, I moved to a new place. Oh, nice. Also, hey, Crit, how are you? So, we're in trouble. We're in the middle of some kind of insane sort of blizzard. We don't have any fuel for our fire, so we can't wait longer. And it just looks awful. And I'm concerned about, you know, everything, including a bear that tried to kill us. And I'm losing heat like whoa. And like, this is bad. Everybody, is this only me who feels like this is super bad? Because I feel like this is real bad. Like, I can't see anything in the middle of the blizzard. Shaltel says, I'm listening while I eat dinner, and for a second I forgot about the game and thought you meant there was a big storm here in real life because, well, it is January. Well, that's fair. The buddy's gone, send the bear, and you can eat like a snack. It's fair. In theory, you should be generating some heat from the muscle absorption. I would like that. That would be great. How close are we? Oh, man. This is,
We're making good time.
are we? Like, I don't know if I could have waited the storm out. I was concerned about that because we waited about an hour and it didn't stop. So I'm concerned that it is
Much farther now.
not going to stop. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm afraid this is like a scripted storm that's not going anywhere. Okay.
Gotta warm up.
I know you have to warm up. I do realize this. We just have to get to a...
Burning.
I know. I know. I hope we don't die. Wrong direction. This way. Okay. I'm... Okay. Yeah, Gwen's fine. I'm the one who's in trouble. You know what I mean? Like... And also, we're going with the wind. It looks like if you go with the wind, you move faster, which is kind of cool. Hey, we're close. We're close. Y'all, I had a thought about... I have a tabletop RPG thought that I wanted to talk to you about. And it was I know. No! Place. Place. No. Okay. Place the survivor. This is really bad. This is really bad, everybody. I need, light. I need a flare. Lighting it. Where are you? Okay. Leave me alone. This is real bad. This is really bad, everybody. Okay, I need to... Oh, why is this my life? Excuse me. Okay, I just need one of them to get here so I can shoot it. And then if I shoot it, it'll go away. Oh, man. I am cold. This is bad. Oh, man. Oh, I don't like my situation. They're coming back. Where are they? Come on. Ooh. Y'all. This shake. All right, I'm gonna actually stay here. Oh, man. I only have 2 bullets left. Okay. No, this is it, folks. This is bad. Okay, I'm gonna stay here. Stop running away! How long do I have this flare for? Alright. Oh. Come back. I feel like I hit one, but I am out of bullets. This is so awesome. It's because I'm so cold, you know what I mean? It's because I'm cold. And they still have morale. Oh, golly gosh. I know, I would love to make a fire. I know, I aim when they run. It's like they know I want to shoot them. Where are you? Okay, I hit one. I am in a bad way, everybody. They still have morale. There's a building right there, everybody. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for that building. Nope. I feel like, oh, the storm is done. But they're not done. Okay. I know you're cold. I know it. Look, we just gotta get... All right, leave me, come on. Okay, I feel like maybe... Maybe they're gone? I mean, they're not gone, clearly, but... Nope, not gone. Okay, that is it for them. We're gonna take Gwen, and I'm gonna try real hard. I mean, like, I'm not feeling well. We just gotta get there. That's it. Into that building. Into that barn. That's all we need.
Stay with me.
Yes. Time of Gift says, when the wolves are running, alternate title of John Macefield's A Box of Lights, which has a Christmas theme. Oh. Okay. Schmelza, we're having wolf problems. They were after us, but also we're getting wolves while we have hypothermia. Or we're getting
Let you go.
hypothermia. We also don't have any materials to build a fire. So we're like in not the best situation. We just got to get into that barn. I need to somehow not be as miserable cold as I am. No, don't die.
Not much farther now.
Just don't die. Although her vision's blurring, so it's bad. Hey, Valtiel. I've been watching while I was working, and right? Like, yeah, we have 5 HP to dream. Oh, thank you, Andy Geek, for reminding me of this thing that I wanted to say. It's about RPGs. We just need to get into this barn. Also, we need means to have a fire, because we do not have any fire making materials, and that is distressing. Also, our vision's going bad. I'm very concerned. You know how that is? Can we get in there? Can we just get in there? In the barn? Nope.
We're making good time.
Can't go in that door. Okay. All right, just get this might be the way in. Just let us in this barn.
Just end it.
No, don't end it. Get in the barn. We're gonna be okay. In the barn. In the barn. In the barn.
Might make it after all.
Okay. Yes, we are not dead. We're in a barn. We're not dead. Everybody, we're not dead. Okay. Okay. I am going to place her. It's gonna be okay. Did I place her? I don't even know. I can't even see what's happening anymore. Ish. Okay. I'm not dead. I'm gonna just see what my life is like. Luckily, I did not get the hypothermia, but all of my clothes are wet and everything is miserable. I'm going to map. Why did you want me to open the map? Okay, well that's lovely. This is not going to help me right now. I just need to Oh, I'm still carrying her. That's what it is. I have to place her on the ground. Let's place her on the ground.
I got you now. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay. Phew. Y'all. What's going on with me? I feel like I'm about ready to pass out. Do you see how I don't look good at the moment? How are you doing? Not well. Look, have some food. Yeah, we have an axe, so we can break down some stuff. So we're just gonna we're just gonna eat some of this food. You know, just try to at least get that part a little bit better. And I know. Okay, so we're gonna just we're gonna break down this crate because reclaimed wood makes fires, and that's enough for the moment. We're gonna just start. I feel like this is bad. Yeah, I know. I'm not feeling great either. Let's start a fire, huh? Okay. We don't have a great chance of success. But we have some accelerant, so we're gonna start this fire. When people say we didn't start the fire, I want to say that we did. Okay. We are putting all, and we're gonna take off our clothes? Well, not all of our clothes, you know. We're gonna take off our, let us take that off, that off, that off, that off, and that off. And a lot of our stuff is still damaged from that dang bear. Okay, I feel like we are in a slightly better position than we were. Everybody's... Why is my vision still awful? Oh, because my health is so bad. That's why. I mean, it makes sense. I'm just not doing well. We're going to help her out some.
I'll see if I can help.
Oh. Yeah. We're going to give her water. We're slowly regaining. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. So, if you notice, which I feel like is pretty cool, she is kind of teetering, right? Her movability is not in the best space. We're gonna just add. Yeah, we're gonna, yeah. I feel like we're in a pretty decent place right now. I mean, relatively speaking. I mean, it's not like it's the best. I would like us to recover. And we're gonna just do some water right now, because we should. Might as well. Okay. Oh, hey, look, Gwen is at 100%. I'm not. Also, I don't even know where I put my clothes. You know what? I didn't drop my clothes on the ground. Dang it. Sorry about that. Or maybe I did. No. Yeah. Okay. So this is what happened. I didn't actually drop them. So we're gonna actually have to actually drop them. I can't. So it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. We gotta go here to clothes and find the clothes we're not wearing and drop them. Because those things are super wet and we drop them and then they become less wet and then we're fine. Okay, great. Those things are gonna dry out. Oh man. You know, kind of what I want is to just like you know, just be better. Okay, so this is an RPG thing that I wanted to bring up with you all. Because I've been thinking about it. And it is this. There was a tweet. And the tweet was, you know what I think? Oh, hey. Just take this. Because it's not wet anymore. Once these things are not wet, we're going to put them on and repair them. It'll be great. So, it's gonna be, I don't know, like, it was this really interesting sort of post that I think Hey, Rothgar, I'm back. So it was about it was somebody critiquing this thing that happens often in D&D, right? Because although not just D&D, but they were critiquing it, like I think in the context of D&D. And they were saying that they think it's really disturbing that RPGs encourage the looting of dead bodies because that's like an immoral and a bad thing to do. And I don't know if I agree. I think murdering people to take their stuff may not be good. But if you come across a dead body and you're in the wilderness, I don't think it's necessarily inherently immoral to go through the pockets of that dead body to get things so that you don't die. That doesn't seem necessarily immoral. I think murdering people for their stuff seems like a bad deal, but I am not convinced that, like, it's never able to go through the pocket of dead, like, right, yeah, like, so I'm just kind of wondering about this sort of, like, it was like this huge lament of, like, how terrible it is. Oh my gosh. But I just am not convinced about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just not convinced. Might be focusing on the wrong thing, yeah. Now, if you are a mortuary employee and you be taking stuff, yeah. Being the person that made them dead is right. Like, yes. Right, 'cause, yeah, if they're already dead or they attacked you, that's just survival in supposed war. Right, like, I just am not convinced that, like, it's just, like, the worst thing in the world. Oh, hey, our fire's out. Okay, well, okay, everybody's warm. I'm less in a bad way. I've got a lot of water. I can,
Let's see what's wrong here.
like, feed some people some water. Like, I feel like we're okay. I feel like we just do a little bit of eating
I can.
and drinking, and then we, you know, maybe save. Right? Eat some of these things because we got a lot of food. We're gonna eat this dog food. If you do not need the loot out of morale, keep the things that die next. Yeah. Now, examining a dead body to steal the gold tooth. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Sounds like the cursed ring of protection to me. Burying people with things that can be useful to the living is immoral. Oh, that's interesting, says Krellin. I hadn't really thought about it that way. But that is interesting. That's an interesting thought. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. Ani Geek says, I like Draconic's idea for RP campaign. Each episode themed after a song from the That's What I Call the 90s album. Okay, that's fun. That is fun. Mike, okay, so like, you know what? We've done a lot of eating. We're encumbered, but not overly so. I think what we do right now is sleep. I mean, it's the middle of the day. Like, we don't necessarily, like, it's not the worst thing. Like, we could probably stay up, but, you know, we're just a little tired. I think we take, like, a nap for, like, I don't know, like, 3 hours? We do a little 3-hour rest. See how we do. This barn is warm. See how we feel after about 3 hours. I feel like that's pretty good. Might makes right. They might have to disturb it. Hey, not too bad. Nothing more than right a good 4-hour nap. I think we'll just do like 2 more, and then assess our lives. I think that would be a good thing. Yeah. So anyway, I feel like murdering people maybe not good, but I mean, let me put it this way. I'm gonna put it this way. Also, it seems really dark. It's the middle of the night. Well, I see. It's the middle of the night. Let me
Let me have a look, okay?
I just threw that down. Gonna feed her some water.
Feeling
For
better?
work today, I did a training on optimal napping. Oh, interesting. 20 minutes is the prime amount of time. Sleep inertia becomes... Apparently it depends. Like, you can do it in a couple of different ways. You can do... let's have this... Ooh. We'll do that. Apparently, like I do 30 minutes because I don't fall asleep right away, and that means I'll get in like the right zone. But or you could do like an hour and a half because of if you do an hour and a half, that's like a full REM cycle, I think. So like I think that's okay. Well, it's the middle of the night. It's dark. I take turn naps and it's fine. Yeah, I do. It kind of depends on where I'm at. Do you know what I mean? Like, and how much sleep I have not had. You know what I mean? Also, by the way, there's something we can drop. I know it. There's I know that we have run out of, like, one of our sewing kits is done. So I know we can drop one of those things. Let's drop that. There we go. Sewing kit dropped. Boom. I wish we had, hey, we've got all this great heavy food that we should be eating. We've got some wolf meat we should be eating. Yeah, I would like to do that. I would like to eat that wolf meat. It's really dark. We're going to go to sleep for like... Wait, we're going to save the game. We're going to save the game. Yes. We're going to save the game. I'm doing some anything that tells you not to sleep more. It sounds like especially like productivity gospel capitalistic propaganda. I think people should sleep as much as they want. Let's get a good 7 hours of sleep. I mean, I think it's less mortal to steal from the living than the dead. I feel like that's fair. And also, is it stealing if you're dead? I feel like maybe you shouldn't steal dead people, but you know. It is still pretty dark. I'm gonna do like 2 more hours of sleep. Never confuse average for optimal. Especially when it comes to sleep. Absolutely. How are we doing? How are we doing? Gwen needs water.
Easy. Just gonna see if I can help.
Needs some water. Yeah, dead people don't own things, right? I think we entered the gray area. Is it stealing people if they are dead, or is it zombie making? See, these are all very interesting questions that... Wow. Do you see how little water we have left? That's, interesting. That's a lot of water we just went through. I thought that we'd be like... I thought we were a little bit over in how much water we had, but apparently that is not the case. Look, I feel like it's daytime. I feel like we're going to just pick up that bedroll. We do not have a lot of stuff. Our encumbrance is looking pretty good, but in a bad way. You might be able to argue that the dead people's possessions actually belong to their living relatives, and with the corpse is where they're choosing to store their stuff, but Schmelzer says, I think a lot of people also apply the expectation of modern Western societies, which are pretty affluent and peaceful compared to a war-torn medieval fantasy world. The same with people killing enemy combatants that are trying to kill you murder. It's interesting, right? Because, okay, and I think, all right, I'm going to say this thing, right? It's about, like, old school D&D for a moment. Because I've been thinking a lot about old school D&D, which, as you know, a lot of times I did not enjoy, but that was often the group of people. But there's some things about old school D&D that I do enjoy if you put yourself in the right mindset. And one of the things I think is really interesting about a lot of the ways that old school D&D is played. By the way, I can have this conversation while I pick her up. Except that, you know what? We've got a bit of a problem. And that is that I don't have materials for fire, and I really should have materials for fire. So there are some things around here that I can break down, so I have a little bit of stuff, and I would like to do that. I think that would be a good idea. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like getting some fire material would not be a bad thing. So I'm going to go and chop down one of these crates and just... It'll make me a little bit heavier, but now everything looks great. So life is good. if you're hardwired to not sleeping much as an owl, people should not tell someone like me to go to bed p.m. Oh, but just because you're an owl doesn't mean you don't need sleep. It's just that when you sleep's a little bit different, you know? I'm gonna eat something. I'm gonna eat this vegetarian airline food. I mean, like, I'm a night owl, but I still need my 8 hours of sleep. I just like to get it later than other people do. My counterpoint to corpse storage is that hoarding is bad. Stop hoarding things when your relatives with your relatives' corpses. It's fair. Let's carry
It's okay. It's okay.
Gwen. Have we saved recently? Because if we haven't, we should. But now I'm thinking about Nagpra. Is Prax still here? Because if Prax is here, Prax knows about Nagpra. Because Prax did anthropology. And see, Prax is here. I'm pointing because that's where the chat is. Prax knows about Nagpra, which is like the Native American Graves Repatriation Act. That is Nagpra. Because there is this thing. Let's see, we want to get here. So we want to go south, like south, and then a little bit to our right, probably. I'm a night owl and I can get by with 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night for months at a time.
Where did it go?
Don't close your eyes.
Ooh, you also fall asleep in a few seconds. Oh, yeah. It takes me a while to fall asleep because my brain is very active and it takes me a while to fall asleep, irritatingly. So like if I go to bed 8 hours before I have to wake up, I'm not getting 8 hours of sleep. That is just a true statement. This way. So Nagpra.
My hands. Where's the fire?
There was this whole thing about how back in the day anthropologists Prax says, I have a story about that and living on Governor's Island and some very interesting calls my dad had from an '07. Oh, interesting. The science would say that falling asleep that fast is a sign of chronic sleep deprivation. Oh. So archaeologists would like dig up Native American graves and then take the bodies and put them in museums. Back in the day, old school. Because, you know, ancient and whatnot. But like, some of the graves were not actually ancient at all. They were just like somebody's grandfather. But because they were Native Americans, it was like fair game to dig up their stuff. And Native Americans were like, could we have our grandfather back? We kind of would like our grandfather back, if you don't mind. So it would be illegal for me to go into the grave of non-Native Americans, of like,
Close your eyes.
right? And dig up their graves and then take their graves and put them in a museum. Or even like ancient graves. Like we've got some cemeteries here in New England that are like from the 1700s, 1800s. It would not be legal for you to go over there, dig up those bodies and be like, how interesting. But people would do that with Native Americans. And so Nagpra was a way for Native American tribes to sort of get back those things and reclaim bodies and items. Yes. I just regurgitate what I learn. I'm not a sleep scientist. Well, tell that to me falling asleep at the exact same speed never happened. I get about 7 hours, but maybe a quarter of it matters. But then I have, you have chronic fatigue? Chronic fatigue. That's rough. That's rough. And people are not particularly respectful of chronic fatigue. I mean, it's a thing, but people pretend like it's not, but it is. I'm not arguing for letting people take corpses. Fair. That's Rothgar. But Trooper, the Europeans did not put stuff with the corpses. I don't know how true that is. I mean, if you wanted to, they put them in clothes, right? So if you dug up, like if we dug up a cemetery from the late 1700s, I bet we would learn a lot about society in the late 1700s. Like in this case, it's New England, so English society in the late 1700s. We could look at, like, what kind of clothes they're wearing. We could look at their health. Like, we could learn a whole lot, right?
Stay awake.
Yeah, they did. Burial rites were extensive in pre-Christian societies. It's just brave fairies with servants, living service. Yeah, that is messed up. Yeah. No, but like you could learn a lot. If we dug up a bunch of like colonial graves, we could learn a lot. But that is illegal, right? That is an illegal thing to do. We want to get here. You're not allowed to do that. And it would be, oh, she's losing heat. It's all right. We'll get there. Like, how cold is it? She's losing heat faster than I am, and that worries me a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. We can make a fire, so we're okay. Yeah, so like, it's just one of these things where, anyway, NAGPRA was meant to address that. Because like, I don't know if you know this, but like, Prax knows. I don't know if it's Harvard or the Smithsonian or maybe both. It might have been Harvard.
We're not far now.
Maybe. Harvard? Maybe both. Anyway, they had like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Native American skeletons. Because they were just collecting them. Like, they didn't need all of them for archaeology. They just wanted them, so they had them. And people were like, can we have those back? I think NAGPRA's from the 70s. The amount of stuff we've learned about Vikings, especially even recently, just from what they were buried with. Absolutely. Absolutely. You learn a lot about people from how they're buried, and also their garbage. Like, garbage tells you a lot as well. But you know what? See, Prax can talk about this more than I can, because Prax, anthropology major, double major, anthropology and sociology? Linguistics. Linguistic anthropology and sociology. Yes. Yes. I feel like that's true. Also, Gwen is not doing well. Bah, corpse hoarders, the entire species of corpse hoarders. Classical languages, thank you. Classical languages anthropology. Oh, I was just thinking about classical languages recently. Hey, look, I'm seeing a fire. If we can get, we're gonna probably have to find a windbreak just to heat Gwen up just a little bit. This is what we're gonna have to do
Don't close
because,
your eyes.
you know,
Just stay awake.
yeah, because she's losing heat, and we're gonna just have to find a place to warm her up a little bit. I don't know if we can. Well, keep an eye on her health. It's an interesting ethical debate on doing anthropology research versus discovering the graves of other cultures. Chronos, do anthropology on your own culture. Now that is, and Prax can talk about this too, that's actually a bit of a problem with old school anthropology and related disciplines. Ethnomusicology, anthropology, etc., is that a bunch of, some of the original ideology did not involve doing anthropology on your own people. Because it was meant to understand the natives or like the primitive people, and people did not think of Europeans as primitives, right? So people did not tend to, okay, we need to find a windbreak. Or we just build a fire right here, I suppose. So people often didn't do anthropology. Although, but that has changed. Like, they're like, you know, that is no longer the case. People have, like, that is no longer the case, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Just have to put you down.
Let's see if we can build a fire. Can we build a fire here? We can. Let's just build a little bit of a fire. And
Fingers coming back.
let's just warm that up, everybody. So we got some reclaimed wood. We can get some water going on. Everything will be fine. Boom. We'll warm her up. And life will not be bad. See, things are great. Things are awesome. Vikings put a lot of things in the grave, but they would also first be considered Christian after the Jelling Stones. Temp of Gifts. A friend of mine did his doctorate on shield boss distribution in Viking graves in the British Isles, not the UK. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I don't have a particular issue with old school as a real problem with me. That's fair. Come at me, old school. Wait, you can't, because you're dead. Yeah, there was like some sketchinesses back in the day, but a lot of those fields, I mean, anthropology certainly has done a lot of work. Ethnomusicology is working on it right now. Prax says, anthropology and sociology have differing study approaches, and there are many who practice modern anthropology and cultures close to their own. Yes, because there have been a lot of change. Anthropology's done a lot of work in the intervening decades. Oh, thank you, Time of Gifts. I am going to go and do that giveaway. The problem with practicing anthropology in your own culture is the emic versus etic perspectives and the inborn bias belief in your own cultures. That's true. That is true. There is this other problem that shows up as an overcorrection. And that overcorrection is that some people have decided that it is, I'm going to just, ooh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to eat, no, I'm not. I'm going to wait for this to, I'm going to wait past the time until that's ready. And then I'm going to take it. Wait, why is that water? Oh, it's unsafe water because my fire burned out. That is the worst. I have unsafe water, everybody. Let's deal with that somehow. How are we going to deal with that? We're going to have to... Oh, okay. Do I have any water purification tablets? I do. I do. Let's deal with that. And then let's purify our last thing, and I think we should be good. Such a waste of... There we go. Okay. Water's purified. Let's just break down our camp, because we want to be fair. Let's give Gwen some water. Nope, I didn't... I didn't want to carry her, everybody. So, and I don't know what Prax thinks about this, but one of the things I've noticed in a way that I think is not necessarily good.
Be serious.
It's about the wait, I should have a lot more potable water than that. No, I think we're good. Okay. Is sometimes what people do is they say, I don't know how it is in anthropology, but I know how it is in ethnomusicology, that sometimes people say things like, oh, well, in the past, we were super, super gross, which they were, and we don't want to be gross anymore, so we're not going to be gross. But what it means not to be gross
I have to carry you.
involves them studying other people's culture, but then not saying anything about it. So they're like, oh, I can't say anything about other people's cultures because I'm an outsider, so I'm going to go to that other place and then just ask them what's up and then write down what they say. Which basically means that it's trying to, like, they kind of erase themselves because they feel like they shouldn't say anything because they are, you know,
Don't give up.
they've got outsider bias, and so all they do is report what the insiders say. But, like, not all insiders are correct about what they have. Like, there are a bunch of insiders who say all sorts of sketchy things that are not necessarily true because everybody has, as Prax pointed out, people have bias, right, about their own cultures. And you can... yeah, so, like, I feel like there's this kind of a slightly weird overcorrection that happens wherein some ethnomusicologists will walk to a place and be like, well, that's what they said, so there you go, and that's real. And you're like, ooh, well, yeah, but some of those things are just not true, right? So, like, I think it's very complicated and tricky, is what I want to say.
Don't close your eyes. Night.
Happy end of workday. Ice Bunny says, Hawkeye, I did read an article about museology in ethnological collections in Paris, France, and at one point they made what was the colonizer needs the colonial other, and the culture of the others presented in a way they define themselves. Well, yeah, that's Edward Said Orientalism, right? That that they define themselves versus the other. Hey, y'all, guess what? I have a giveaway. We're getting music, which means we probably won't die. I'm hoping.
We can make it.
Oh, Although, gosh, it seems to be really cold.
So
Because-
bright.
I need to have an actual lecture about the difference between Ooh, that would be really cool. But I mean, they're totally different because sociology is like they're different fields. But also anthropology is like at this point in time modern. Wait, I think I am. We're totally. I haven't done a. I forgot how to do it. I forgot how to do the giveaway. Y'all, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna do a giveaway. So in 10 minutes, we're going to do a giveaway. In 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, we're going to do a giveaway. So remind me, in 5 minutes, we're going to do a giveaway. So if you want to be eligible for this giveaway, we're going to do Hitman 2. And just make sure you just talk it in chat, and then you will be
Fire everywhere.
eligible. And then I'm going to try to remember what the command was. We're going to give away Hitman 2, which is a game I played on the Xbox and loved. Because I enjoyed assassinating people. Yeah. Clip it. So, anthropology as a field is way vast. It's really interesting because it involves a bunch of subfields, many of which are not super similar to each other. Like archaeology is a subfield of is often in anthropology departments, but archaeology is very, very different from, let's say, biological anthropology, medical anthropology. I have a colleague who's a medical anthropologist who does primates. So yeah, she's a medical anthropologist studying primates. And she's very, very different from the biological anthropologist. She does like she studies primates in this very, very technical sort of way. Like, yeah, she's like a medical anthropologist who does a lot of, like, chemistry and, yes. So, like, she's very hard science. Like, she's very, very much a hard science type. And then I've got a colleague who does
Farther now.
the medical anthropology of gender in India, and she's very much not a science type, but you know, a bit more humanities. Anyway, just like really, and then and then of course there's like linguistic anthropologists who are again totally different. Like it's just as a field, it's super vast. It's super vast. Studying primates focus. No, she's not studying. She's not focusing on evolution. She's focusing on
Hang on. I have.
hierarchies, cultural hierarchies in primates, and health factors. Like she's looking at it. She looks at like health factors. Okay. Oh.
Don't close your eyes. Night.
Okay, we're gonna give you an unoccupied bed. It's great. We are going to place you. Look, y'all. I would like you to have your head on the pillow, though. So let's see if we can get this just right.
Sit you down now.
Thank you.
We saved her. We saved her. Everybody, she's saved. You okay? Whew. All right, and let's give Dimitri his insulin.
Easy. Just gonna see. if I
Okay.
can help.
Okay, everybody, we
Feel better after you sleep.
we're look at us. Look at us. This is excellent. Hero points unlocked. That syringe looks super dirty. Yeah. Yes. Whew, okay. All right, we did it. I am very excited about this. We are heroes. We're gonna, hello, can we talk to you? No? All right. Let's see who we can give our, let's see. Dirty syringe tetanus isn't so bad. Maybe it's not that bad.
Sorry. I found her.
Oh,
She died in the crash.
don't forget the rub butter. I've seen smaller syringes for Hey, Dennis, how are you doing? We got this woman back from the crash site, which we were attacked by a bear. risk infection versus death. That's true. That is fair. We're gonna just give everybody a heads up on their loved ones. It's gonna be kind of.
He died in the crash.
I wonder if we can find more survivors. Oh, workbench. What are you making? I'm gonna make some food. Not now, but later. You know.
She didn't survive.
You know, I'm gonna say something about Astrid. She is not a whiner. I'm gonna say that about her. I appreciate that.
I'm sorry. I couldn't find them.
Oh,
Please look for them.
okay. I've been good. I mean, I just moved, right? So it's been and I'm still unpacking, so it's been a lot. But I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
I didn't make it to the crash.
It's just rough because I've got a lot to do in the next 2 weeks, and actually in the next couple of days, in the next 2 days. So there's a lot.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot, but we'll get there.
I found her. I was lost in the crash.
I'm gonna try. Someone has asked me to make them a DM screen. Oh, what kind of DM screen? Like, tell me more about it. I want to know more.
I'm sorry. I
Um,
found her.
she's still wearing a wedding
No
ring.
longer with us.
I am back in Boston. Oh, hey, I wanted to tell you all something. I told this to Lindy.
I couldn't find who you were looking for.
Wicked pisser.
I hope they survived and they're safe somewhere.
But I did something. Okay, I will search for them. I promise. I decided to go and have some New England cuisine that I'd never had before, which was kind of exciting. That's when he says, "No joke. That's what you do when you give insulin in real life." A friend of mine taught me how to give Novopen. She, and my brother, have type 1 and 1.5 diabetes. Did I? I don't think so. Apparently, there are people I have not returned these IDs to. No, I didn't get chowder. I've had before. These were salmon cakes. So salmon cakes I'd never had before. They kind of look like samosas. No. You know those like samosa patties? They kind of look like a patty, right? But it's made out of like salmon and potato. I think it's deep fried because of course it would be. Deep fried like salmon and potato. And it is very tasty. And it was served with coleslaw and New England baked beans. Boston baked beans. Yeah, it's kind of like a crab cake, but it was good. It was very good. It was delicious. Salmon cakes are wicked good, says Boudet. I was born in Woburn. Oh, Woburn. Yeah, I know Woburn. Yeah, it was actually really good. So it was like Boston baked beans and these salmon cakes, which, I mean, salmon cakes have potato in it. So, like, that was delicious. And I would eat it again.
I couldn't find
It was like super delicious. I got it takeout.
Hank, please.
I see. Hawkeye says, similar to the one I made for myself, but this time I mortisized the hinges, and I'm doing some custom images to reflect the campaign. Oh, neat. I've never had deep fried peanuts. I should try that. What? You too good to go have some chowder? No. I've had chowder before. It's just that this was something new that I'd never had before. I want something that I'd never had. In which case, I've got to do my giveaway. Just remembered myself.
Prayed that you would.
Yes, I made it.
There is a candy
found
called
another
Boston
survivor.
baked beans,
Bad shape, though.
but it actually comes from an
Found
actual
insulin,
baked
too.
beans.
Thank you, my child.
Oh, I'm packing. Oh my gosh.
Help. Weather's turning.
So we're gonna do this giveaway now,
Another blizzard.
and I just have to remember what the
How can you tell?
command
Farmers
was.
of Pleasant Valley have been part of
Was it
years now.
what was it? Was
Over
it
that
giveaway?
time,
Was it winner?
Start to see the patterns of things. Blizzards are common this time of year.
I've got to.
We're
maybe.
due for another one any day now.
Oh,
And
they're
then
talking.
Normally, we'd hunker down with a stack of firewood.
I can't do the giveaway just yet because he's talking.
Wait it out.
And I don't have command of my cursor.
Even with what you've done, we'll have to pray we survive long enough for the weather to clear.
Prayer is your thing, Father. You handle that. Between the plane crash and the houses in the area, I'm gonna pull together whatever supplies I can find. Maybe between the two of us, we can keep these people alive.
May God watch over you, my child.
Oh. Sweet. All right. But, oh, why can I not save? Why is that? Oh, hey, we finished chapter 2.
Still some names missing from the passenger manifest.
Look at us. Look at us. And we're going to do a giveaway. We will find them. It's cool. But let me, okay, so the command, I think, is winner. Dennis says, whenever you visit family in South Carolina, you get... I should try some fried peanuts. That sounds... Look, I like trying things I've never had before. I think it's winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Ha ha! Scabbynack. Hey, Scabbynack. Guess what? You have won our giveaway, which is Hitman 2. Now, this code... Oh, you have it. Well, fine. We'll just get a different winner. It's fine. We'll get a different winner. Hey, Anino! So here's what's what. Anino, you have won our giveaway. I need to go to a different page. Oh, yes, I know what I could do. Here, I've got my setup is a little difficult. So, Anino, what I would like you to do is test it to see if it works, because the code is a tad old, and I want to just make sure that it actually works. That it should still work, but let me know. So that's the gift key for Steam, and then just let me know if it works, and then that will be awesome. Hey, I'm so excited that I'm able to start giveaways again, because I kind of love doing giveaways, and I wasn't able to do it for a while because things got full of madness. Madness took control, and ooh, there we go. Yes, I'm back with apple. Ooh, apples are good. Okay, so here we are. We need to do side quests. Krell's, Nightbot has this complicated relationship with Krellin. I think that Nightbot has a crush on Krellin, and that's what I think. I feel like Nightbot has a crush on Krellin, and so either like harasses Krellin or gives Krellin gifts when Krellin doesn't want them, but not when Krellin does. These are just the way that's just how that works. Yeah, there's this. So let's go. We're going to go and do these side quests, because apparently side quests are important. So we're going to go to Skeeter's Ridge basement, which is there. Oh, we've got to go back towards the, what do you call it? Crash. Which I think is okay, because after all, there were things we didn't loot, and we should probably loot everything. We also can carry more stuff. Automata is a hot stream. That's also fair. Okay, let's well, hold on. Let's look at our map and see if there's anything closer. So we're gonna head north. And when we head north, we're gonna avoid that, but we're gonna go up here. We're gonna do this loop here, right? We're gonna go all the way up here, go to this cave, and then go to this bunker, and then hit this church artifact. And then maybe, if we feel good, we'll go all the way over here. Like, we're going to do a big loop. We're going to do a big circle loop, everybody. It's going to just involve us walking and chatting and feeling good about our lives. That's what we're doing. Have we saved? We should. I was once banned by an odd mod for getting spicy. Literally, I was talking about spices, and cumin got me into trouble. But, okay, but you need cumin for chili. Right? Like, that's one of your keys. Oh. Hey, it's the phone. It's my murder friend.
Hello?
Me again.
Murder friend?
How did you know I was here?
Party line's a funny thing. All the calls go to every phone in the area. All I have to do is wait for you to pick up.
What do you want, Molly? I'm kind of busy.
Yeah, I saw you found a survivor at the crash site.
How did...
You spying on me?
Sounds like it.
Just watching. Curious.
Okay, that's kind of creepy.
Yes!
You want to tell me what happened to your man?
I don't really have time for this right now, Molly.
I'll go first. You asked about my husband when we were in the house.
Yeah.
Not much to tell, really.
Did you murder him?
He's dead. I'm alive.
Sounds like you killed him.
Sorry if this sounds harsh, but you don't seem too broken up about it.
I'm not.
I assume he's the one in the basement. Did you kill him?
You tell me. Is failing to help someone the same as killing them?
Well, I don't know.
That depends on the circumstances and the intent.
Now you sound like a lawyer.
No, not
Did
necessarily.
you kill him?
Because murder and killing is different.
The wolves killed him.
Oh,
But my intent was for him to die.
interesting. I'm glad the code worked, and thank you. Hitman is a game that I enjoyed very much. So she did want to go and kill him. So there's that. I don't know what to tell you. There's one I wouldn't have thought about until you typed it. Bude says it's one of my essential spices. Which was what I was saying, that it's a good spice. As it says, even when I'm not really cursed or use bad words, I can make it to blush in 3 languages. That's fair. Negligent homicide is a thing. Second-degree murder. And of course, the thing is, like, there's a difference between killing somebody and murder, because that's like the difference, like, that's a legal difference, right? Okay, y'all, I know there are a lot of things that we could use. We could loot. A lot of places we can loot right now, but we're not going to do it. We have got some... we don't have a lot, but we have some firewood. We're going to just go and do a big loop. We're not going to pick up new things because I don't think we need to, although it would be really great if we had some bullets. That would be pretty awesome. I'm a little bit worried about the lack of bullets in our lives, but, it's fine. Yeah, simply murder is unlawful killing, and why it's important to translate the commandment as thou shalt not murder. Because, yeah. Yes. Because, right, there's a difference, technically. And, whether you care about that difference or not is, that's all on you, but there is, a difference. I was thinking about this thing that people say. People say that, it's not intent, it's impact. But I don't think that's 100% true. Because actually, I do care about intent sometimes. If somebody hurts my feelings and they didn't mean to hurt my feelings, I feel like that's different than if somebody meant to hurt my feelings and did it on purpose. And it was like, I'm going to hurt your feelings. I just feel like those things are different. And so intent is the difference between manslaughter and murder, right? That's so I think it does matter. It's often easier to establish someone killed someone rather than, well, that's true. Yeah, I do. I think intentions are important. And judges definitely care about intent. But also, there's another thing too. If you didn't intend to do it, it's less likely you'll do it again. Do you know what I mean? If it was an accident and you didn't mean to do it, or you didn't know that that was not a thing to do, you probably won't do it again once I let you know. But if you meant to do it, then I'm going to have a different relationship about you moving forward. You know what I mean? Yeah. In law, intent is a big thing regarding what the charge is. Also depends on the judge. Yeah. But I mean, just practically, also, I don't know. For me, intent is a factor. Like, I was having this whole conversation with my class today. Did you know that 40% of murders go unsolved? That depends on the country, Krellin. That depends on the country. And the reason why I know this, Krellin, do you want to know why? It's because it's about serial killers. Germany, France, a lot of those Central European countries don't have a lot of serial killers in the present day. But they also have a very, very high murder solving rate. Whereas the United States does not have a high murder solving rate, and we also have more serial killers. So I kind of feel like it's probably just harder to be a serial killer if people catch you the first time, right? So I suppose in those countries that catch you the first time, it's harder to become a serial killer because you get caught the first time. Trooper's been in other countries. Trooper knows all about murder in other countries. Also, here's something I think is super interesting. 3 countries with like the most serial killers: the United States, Australia, and Russia. And I cannot, like, nobody knows why, but my particular theory as a person who's grown up in California, as I'm sure many of you people might think about this, is that, like,
Name game.
Half-Arsed Hermit, the name game. Come on, everybody. I say now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F, more an M will appear. And then I say bow at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fatter, and foe. Then I say the name again with an F very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Half-Arsed Hermit, Half-Arsed Hermit, Half-Arsed Hermit, both Half-Arsed Hermit, banana, fan, fo, Half-Arsed Hermit, fee, fi, mo, Half-Arsed Hermit. Half-Arsed Hermit, the name game. Half-Arsed, don't let me forget to tell you something. All my German speakers, do not let me forget to tell you something about this thing that I learned. I learned a thing, and it's all Laughlin Lindy's fault, and I cannot forget to tell you. It's really important. Just remind me to pay. Remind me to pay. Remind me. And the message is, I'm playing the game. It says, I'm up way too late, but I'm here. Don't tell my boss. I won't tell your boss. I won't tell your boss. Hey, Half-Arsed, it's so good to see you. I've missed you, but I have a thing to tell you. It's important. Sag schon was denn. I will tell you, but I've got to finish this other thing. I will see you. Also, we just got bits. Atomica. We just got bits. Also, I'm wandering around like a wild person. Intent. I remember it was intent. For these bits, I'm going to sing We're in the Money, as sung by Ginger Rogers in the film Gold Diggers 1933, which means I'm singing it in Pig Latin. Airway and hey, the anime. Airway and hey, the anime. Ewe at gile at we at wakes you tit gile ang way. Airway and hey, the anime. The ice skates are on, say. Only and the action pray. We are a who was dead, my young ray. Ewe when you eat red land, say, halfway at Brian, say, day. And we see the end, or we'll look at the eye, we're in the eye, we're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Thank you for those bits. And thank you for the excuse to sing, but also the name game. Come on, everybody. I say now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F, more an M will appear. And then I say bow at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. Then I say the name again with an F very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. Then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme.
Somebody's watching me.
Time of gifts. Time of gifts, but bime of gifts, banana fana, for fime of gifts, fee, fi, mo, mime of gifts. Time of gifts. The name game. Also, I always feel that somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Thank you for the follow, DM Shroud. Also, thank you so much for that resub, Time of Gifts, and those bits. Also, hey, Toyboat Sailor. Yay, gift sub. Oh, that was from Toyboat. Hey, DM Shroud. And that goes back to the U.S.'s relationship to policing and mental health and how we treat those topics, which are, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, there's some, all sorts of good comments in here. Toupee. I learned a thing. It's about toupee. It isn't that. It's the, yeah. Oh, see, Krellin. Thank you. That's what I was thinking. The U.S., the Australia, and Russia are places with, all countries with lots of wide empty spaces. And I don't know if this is not even the most remote thing, but if you drive from Los Angeles to San Francisco on the 405 or the 1, there are parts of that are remote. And we're not even talking about like really remote spaces. And I lived up in like way Northern California. Like there's so many places you could just kill somebody and hide their body and they just never find the body because we are so spread out. Whereas in Germany, people are looking at you. It's harder to like in a lot of European countries are just more densely packed and they have a lot less like empty space. There's just a lot more spaces to hide bodies in Russia, the United States, and Australia. That's all I'm saying. That's why I think it. That's all. I'm Bara Garwin. I wanted to tell you something. It was the name game. Come on, everybody. I say, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F, or an M will appear. And then I say boo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fana, and fo. Then I say the name again with an F very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. And Bar Garwin, banana feta from Bar Garwin, fee, fi, Bar Garwin, and Bar Garwin. Toyboat Sailor, boy boat sailor, banana feta for full boat sailor, fee, fi, boat sailor, Toyboat Sailor. The name game. Yes, that's what I want to say. I love that. Okay, so we just have like, information. Am I selling okay? I've got so much more unpacking to do, but I actually feel like there's a lot of stuff. I have not unpacked all my clothes. That is 100% true. And I still have got like boxes of books, but I feel more unpacked, or I feel like the unpacking process is going to be more doable than the last time I moved. So I don't know why, but I'm feeling good about it actually, even though I still have a lot to unpack. Carlin says there are approximately 40 times as many people in Germany in approximately the same amount of land as in New Mexico. Yeah. I mean, how many bodies can you hide in New Mexico? I'm feeling like a lot, Atomic says, I remember driving through Wyoming and it was so far in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere that there were just occasional signs that said highway patrol by Air Force because they just do a flyover a few times in the day looking for crash and breakdowns. As a matter of fact, my understanding is that if you're going to drive across Australia, you have to let the authorities know so that they can check in to make sure that you arrived on their side. Because if you like break down in the middle of the outback, you're done for, right? Like super remote. Toyboat says, then my question would be about the murder rate in Canada. Canada's still open space and a very low population. That's true. I don't know what their serial killer, but we're talking about serial killers rather than just general murder. I don't know what Canada's situation is with serial killers. That's a good question. I do know that Germany did have a bunch of serial killers in the 1920s. And England also had a bunch of serial killers at the turn of the century as well. A little bit less now, though. Time of Gift says, well, it's 1 a.m. and I should go to bed. You should go to bed. As we were speaking about serial killers, and I thought of Peter Lauren M. So good. And that makes me Ogata and Quick gotta be, oh yeah, nice. But Trooper, they had some case of children's murder in Germany, and since one woman was found guilty of murdering all her kids and parents. Yes. Something like 9% of the Kennedy's population live within 10 miles of the U.S. border. Oh, that's interesting. It could be argued that the massacre of the First Nations was, oh yeah, but also, I mean, what they did in the schools, the First Nation schools, there's clearly a bunch of mass murder there as well. But mass murder is apparently not the same as serial killing. I was just looking up so because they apparently, like, a mass murderer kills people all at once, where a serial killer kills like one or two people in a sequence. So apparently they have these distinctions. I just think it's interesting. I was like, okay. Yes. It's like, also, yeah, so serial killing is not mass murder. That's even if you kill a lot of people, if you're a serial killer, kill 100 people, you're not necessarily psychology intent. Also, apparently patterns. Also, this is really interesting that people who are my age will know this, but the 70s and 80s, I think the late 60s, had a lot of serial killers. They called it the golden age of serial killers. And then the rate of serial killers has dropped since then. And people wonder, like, why was it that this was a moment we had lots and lots of serial killers versus other moments? And people think that it might have something to do with like war trauma, post-war trauma. But again, people don't know. Dennis says, I drove from Pendleton to South Carolina like an idiot. Oh, and I should have taken a plane. I slept once and drove the whole drive at a motel. Serial killing generally has to do with psychopathy and a very regulated way of doing things. Hoffa's like, I came into a lighthearted topic, but I have a lighthearted thing to tell you. Or maybe it's less lighthearted. The golden age of serial killers are arrests and being identified. Ooh, Prax. That is a very good point. That is a very good point. And the golden age of media obsession, right, with serial killing. And maybe the reason why we are no longer in the golden age of serial killing is the media became more interested in terrorism versus serial killers, right? Because that would make sense. Yeah, that would make sense. Hey, okay, look, I learned something that I want to share with you, and it's all Lindy's fault. And my musicology brain is all obsessed with this now. And I blame Lindy for this. So Lindy introduced me to a song, and no confessions. Yeah, we can do era in the states of mass murder. Yeah, because now I'm interested in I'm thinking about Columbine, right? Like school shootings. Like I feel like the media is obsessed with other sorts of things at the moment, right? Yes. So Lindy introduced me. We're gonna go and see what's over here. Introduced me to a song. Tomic says, I went from Massachusetts to Oregon in 3 days. Oof. And then got yelled at by a nurse at the clinic when I took a drug test for my new job. And like all of the monster. So, we're going to eat some food, by the way. We're going to just eat some heavy food. Food? No. Food. So, Lindy introduced me to a song. And it's like this dude, and he's like, basically, it's in German. It's a German song. And it's basically my body, like, I will sell you my body cheap. He's like a dude, he's at the club, and he sees a hot woman, and he's like, hey, my body is cheap. I'll sell you my body really cheap, like, 50 cents, and you can have sex with me. DNA evidence may have brought the age of serial killers. Oh, that's interesting. So there's this whole thing, right? The song, right? And the song is very like, and I was like, who is this person? What? So I was doing some research, and this person was nominated for the Ballermann Awards, and I was like, what are the Ballermann Awards? And I looked those up, and it's an award that started in the aughts, and it is a genre called party music, which did not exist when I was living in Germany. And I was looking up some of the other stars of the Ballermann music, party music scene, including a guy named Tim Toupé, who is a hairdresser and also singer, and some other people. And I'm going to try to describe this genre for those of you who do not know it. apparently people who are way too old to be doing this, who are like my age, have become these stars of this genre called party music. And what it is so Mallorca, right? So Mallorca is a place where people like to go partying in Germany. And so it's like, so it's these people who are way too old with frosted tips and bad tans who make music about drinking and women. And it's kind of like, you just like dance, like Eurodance music, but yeah, they did catch the golden killer. I have my credit, like to apologize for DJ. Yeah, and the thing is, like the music is often apparently it's not even all that original, because a lot of times what they do is they take old Schlager songs and then redo them with new lyrics. And Schlager is like a popular German, well, popular, you know what I mean? A German, it's like often like sort of songs in German. Anyway, so things like pretty much less disco and more Schlager, which is a weird artificial kind of German folk music. Yeah, but it's sort of like dance music, so it's like a lot of but taking old Schlager. Oh, I've not listened to Colton Ford's. Not yet. I should. But this stuff is like this one song that's like, if you have a tan, then you can get women. One is like, you can buy my body cheap. One is like, I'm really, really drunk. One is like, more beer. It's like all that. Like, and one was called Knackarsch, which is like, you have a good ass. But like, all the women in the videos did not have good asses. And all these guys look not hot. These are all dudes that look like not hot. These are like dumpy dudes in their late 40s singing about partying in Mallorca with songs they took from like Schlager songs they put a techno beat to. And 20 Zentimeter nie im Leben, kleiner Peter. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's not. Iceman is like, no, Ballermann is 2 weeks. The worst, there's not enough volume in the universe to make that shit palatable in any way or form. Like, but it's
Name game.
Be right. Oh my gosh. It's like, it sounds like a recording studio full of guys having midlife crisis. Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. I would say. It's Be Right Back. Oh, tell me when you get back, Be Right, and then I'll sing for you. My goal of why I studied German has suddenly been discovered, apparently. Look, and the thing is that when I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at this genre, which is super, like, it's embarrassing, right? Because it's a lot of people going, like, it's just like music that you listen to when you're really, really drunk in Mallorca, I think. Like, it's embarrassing, is what I'm going to say. This is embarrassing. But here's the thing that's really interesting. So first off, there's a whole award show for it, which I had no idea about because it did not exist when I lived in Germany. There's a whole award show for this genre of music, which is interesting. Oh, we're gonna go and try to finish our side quests. So we're going back up towards the plane crash. We get more looting done, but also we got some side quests. I'm gonna do a big loop around. Can I post links? Yes, please post links. Post links both here and in my Discord. Put them in media because I want to see them. And if they're here, I won't be able to follow up on them. So please put them in Discord. This is important to me. I need more information on this. This is important. But here's what here's what I was thinking. So you're a sub, yes. So here's what I think is really interesting to me. I've been thinking about this a lot. Schmelzer says, to be fair, I also didn't know there was an award show for it, but I should have expected it. Yeah, the Ballermann Awards. It's wild. But here's the thing I think is interesting. Right? So I'm looking at all this music, and it's very bro-y. Like, it's super bro-y, right? Like, in this way that's like, oh, yeah. But I'm thinking, hold on, okay, so this is around the same time period as we also get the Jersey Shore, which is pretty bro-y. And I believe Bro Country is a little bit later, but around this time period. So I'm wondering if we can talk about the rise of bro culture in the new millennium, right? And not just like in Germany, but like globally. Can we talk about like or Western? Like, can we talk about the rise of a Western bro culture? I feel like there's like a possible, there's a hypothesis that we could explore and see if there are legs to that. Because I'd want to think about like I want to think about that because I feel like, because having experienced this genre for the first time, which was like what happened. Because here's the thing, if you think about country music, right? 90s country was like hunks and hats is what they called it, right? Which was like a lot of women, a lot of sort of like, yeah, sort of empowered women singers, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of the dudes were like good old boys, but like not particularly hyper sexist. 90s country, like I'm thinking about, oh, hello. No, hold on, wait, no, I need fire. I need fire. Come on, light it, light it. Hey. Hi. Okay. Garth Brooks, George Strait, Alan Jackson, absolutely. Reba, absolutely. Like, it was just like, it was a pretty good decade. You know what? I don't know if, I wonder if I can make it to that hut. Do you know, like, I wonder if I can make it to that hut with this, let's see. Let's see if we can make it to the hut. Or if we can't. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about, do you know this, there's this, and I was actually thinking about love songs. It's a thing I've been thinking about a lot. Don't ask me, but I have. I've been thinking about, like, country love songs of the 90s. And, like, the ideal woman in a number of those country love songs is interesting. Like, the song Carlene, I don't know if you know it, it's like, it's about this guy, he sees Carlene, I think he went to high school with her. And he sees her again for the first time, and he's like, oh my god, Carlene, she's amazing. And she's like model hot, and she's got this like really awesome sports car. But she also has like a PhD in physics or something like this, or engineering. So like, what makes her like amazing is that she's hot and also super college educated and smart, and has like a cool car and all of that. So thought that was interesting. And then Daddy's Money, I don't know if you know that one, but that song, Daddy's Money, this is not a place I can stay. Well, that is okay. Well, all right. We've learned that this is not a place that we can stay permanently. That's fine. We are going to throw this down, and then we're going to have to try to shoot them. Okay. Well, now that worked. Also, we might have hypothermia.
So cold.
So we're gonna start a fire.
I want to lay down for a bit.
Yeah, we're gonna start a fire right here, is what's gonna happen. Let's start this fire, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. No, I purposely killed that wolf. I killed that wolf on purpose. Let's, add fuel. And then let's,
I think I can use this.
take all this firewood, and let's add fuel there as well. Add fuel. Okay, we're gonna have to heat up, and we're gonna get that wolf and have that wolf as food later. And we're gonna have some wolf meat. So the song, if you don't know the song Daddy's Money, oh, you know what? I want to get that wolf meat right now, because that wolf meat should be cooked. So we're gonna just cook it. Yeah, I had some intent. Let's, ooh, that's gonna take a long time. No, it won't. It won't take that long. We're gonna just harvest the meat right now, because I don't think we have the time. Oh, we might die.
Freezing.
I know, yeah, we might die. Let's go back in here. Hello, fire. How are you? I hope you're well. Let's not die. Let's just put this in here, in this wood stove. Let's add some fuel. Yeah. It sounds good. I'm feeling great about it.
I'll take it.
And we're gonna cook all this. We got a lot of meat. we're gonna cook it. Let's just cook. Let's
Sun is setting.
take it. We're gonna drop that. I just want to move things around a little bit. And we're gonna cook meat. We got a lot of meat. That's not bad. We do need, however, more wood. We're gonna have to stick out here a little bit to warm up and, you know, all of that. Daddy's Money. So the song Daddy's Money is a country song, of course. And it is, it's about like the guy sees a gal, she's super hot, he's very excited about seeing her, right? The song's lyrics though, right? He's like he goes back home and he sees this gal who was at one point in time, like the girl next door, just a kid and not hot. He sees her again, singing in the choir loft at church, and she's like amazingly hot. And he's like, oh my gosh. He's very excited. And then in the chorus, he describes what makes her so hot and amazing. And at no point does it talk about her butt. What makes her hot and amazing is that, as the song goes, she's got her daddy's money, her mama's good looks, more laughs than a stack of comic books, a wild imagination, a college education. You add it all up, it's a deadly combination. She's a real good, she's a good fast pitcher, a dynamite kisser, more country than a turnip green. She's got her daddy's money, her mama's good looks, and look who's looking at me, right? So what I think is super fascinating is that this is yet another song where what makes the woman sort of ideal is that she's smart, she can throw a baseball, she's funny, she's hot, she's got all this stuff, and she's sort of independent, right, like financially. And so there were a lot of songs in the 90s where love songs to women where the women were like valued for a lot of different purposes, or a lot of songs by women asserting their own independence. There was a lot going on, right? And then bro country happened, and there were almost no women in the top 40 country charts for a bit, and we're sort of being pushed out. And there's a whole big discourse around like bro country, which is basically like, you know what's hot is that woman scantily clad like riding on the top of my truck, right? So just kind of like thinking about the rise of bro country, and thinking then about this Ballermann genre, which is again very bro-y, and thinking about sort of kind of bro-y genres in different spaces as well, happening in the new millennium. And so I wonder if there's a good thesis to think about, like kind of like a backlashy moment in different genres. Frax loves that song. It's a good song. It's a good song. It's a good song. Yeah. So I'm just thinking about. I'm thinking about that. By the way, we're gonna sleep here. By the way, I'm gonna just note that. Here. And we're gonna. Because like we've got like oh hey everybody, we have got wet clothes. So we're going to drop some of our clothes and let them dry out just a little bit. And yeah, like this is we're going to be responsible and drop the things that need to be dropped, which apparently always involves our shoes. Why? They must not be very waterproof. Boom. Okay, we're going to let those dry. I'm feeling like we're being very productive, and I'm very proud of ourselves right now. Also, we're going to take this and cook more meat, because we have a lot of meat to cook. Take it and cook more meat. Ballermann is not for the smart people that would like a woman with a brain. Don't drop your pants. So like, but I think it's really interesting that, because this also coincides with, you know, like with Jersey Shore and very sort of like party drunk sort of oriented, you know, gym tan laundry, all that kind of stuff. The Gorilla Juice Head sort of thing. So I'm just kind of interested in, you know what, while we're here, why don't I, since I don't have any more firewood, why don't we just break that down while we're here? Just, oh, is our meat good? No, we still have, it's dark. It's dark. I think maybe the new forms of media, like the internet and stuff, people thought, oh, hey, if we talk about cute girls and their body parts, they thought they would give them. But see, here's the thing. There are times when doing that would not give you an edge, right? Because people talk about women's body parts in the 70s. I mean, that was like, there are times when that is a thing, and there are times when it's less a thing. So I think it becomes interesting to think about when it becomes a thing to do, and when it becomes a thing not to do. Like, yeah, like there are moments when it becomes more of a trend, and there are times when it becomes a less of a trend. And so I'm just sort of interested in when these things become trends and when not, you know, because that's fascinating. Let's add a little bit of fuel. Oh, I don't have a lot of fuel, folks. That's distressing. The folks from the shore portray themselves more dumb than they are. That is true. They are a lot less dumb than they portray themselves to be, which is, again, interesting. Like, I think, what's her face? Snooki is like she's a nurse, I think. Maybe it's not Snooki's a nurse. I think it's Snooki who's a nurse. I think Snooki's a nurse. Point being that, right, it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't have like a, you know, oh, hey, what are we like with water? We're okay. We're okay. By the way, I'm going to, make some herbal tea. Ooh, hey, let's just take that. I'm gonna also just cook some water. It's like more than I need, but might as well have it. And then, yeah. Gosh, everything is so wet. Yeah. I hope these wolves don't come back and murder me. That's not, yeah. Maybe when bad things happen, like Jerry Springer film, it stops being a trend. Maybe. Yeah, yeah, she's like, yeah, right? Snooki's Wikipedia says she studied to be a vet tech. Oh, a vet tech. Oh, interesting. Then is it JWoww? Is JWoww a nurse? Look, there we go. Let's take that. And then our gloves are good. We just have to wait for our work boots to dry out. And we're going to drink our herbal tea. Like, I feel like, despite that wolf situation, I think we were doing very well. And I wonder... degrees do not equal intelligence, but they also... she was putting on an act, shall we say, right? She was clearly putting on an act. I'm going to just put it that way. That's what I'm going to say. Also, I'm just going to add that last reclaimed wood that I have because I just feel like... I feel like I should. And I'm feeling pretty good about my life at the moment. My clothes are mostly repaired. Life is... I'm not wearing shoes. Wait. Thomas is weird to say, but Snooki was a guest wrestler in WWE for a 3v3 WrestleMania match, and she actually did a handspring into a back elbow that looked impressive. Wow, that's cool. There have been a lot more athletic celebs, male and female, who put on much worse performances. Oh, that's really interesting. Huh. Yeah, basically, clearly there was an appeal of a certain kind of a thing, right? A certain kind of... And also, I will note, broiness in that way is not always popular, right? That particular kind of style is not a universal style, if you know what I mean, right? Like there's a time when like being cool is in style, like Frank Sinatra cools in style. Sometimes being like a bad boy with leather is in style, but this particular, like, I'm gonna get really, really drunk and vomit on the side of the street has not been popular. It's not a style that is often popular. You know, but it apparently is currently popular. And that's interesting to me because that is not a thing that is, yeah. Like, I'm just saying that is not an aesthetic that is often, that has always been popular, but it became popular more recently. And so then that becomes interesting, right? That's interesting. Why? What's that about? Hey, look at that. No, I didn't mean to rest. Sorry. I didn't mean to rest at all. That's not what I meant. Hugh Jackman, for instance, threw a single punch at a promo and it looked terrible. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to eat some wolf meat. Ooh. Gonna drink all that water. Like, I feel like I'm doing really well. Anino, I've got a wrestling question for you. I should save. Thank you. I started about on time, so we're probably going to start, like, we're going to end up just a little bit past 9 so that I can go and make some food and then do some schoolwork while catching up on Critical Role. So here's what I want to ask. Anino, I want to ask you a question, and it is about wrestling. Hawkeye says, I never believe anything personality-wise dealing with lack of reality TV. Oh yeah, just pull out a video camera at a family gathering. Absolutely. All the proof you need that how people act. Absolutely. Right? Because people have investments in that sort of thing. Okay, I probably should have made more tea and coffee, but we're good. Oh, look at that. I'm kind of running out of some food, but it's okay. Hey, I've got a bunch of really heavy stuff. Well, not all of it's heavy. And it's food, and I'm gonna run out of it, and it'll go away, and it'll be really good. I feel like y'all should be proud of me. I'm not massively encumbered. Like, it's good. Oh, speaking of that, I'm going to repair this sweater. And yeah. What is that? No. I don't think it's even all that popular today in an accepted sort of way. I think it's popular in a mocking sort of way, like looking at the dumb animals in their cage. Yeah. Are the people like in the show not the other people used to say, yeah, right? It could be that sort of like that example that you use to prove that you're not like that. Yeah.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Ooh, coal's good. Might be a little bit heavy, but I feel like yeah. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Don't do it to me. Don't do it. They're gonna do it. People, there's a wolf out there. We're gonna just walk this way. We're gonna talk this way. Vinny was planning on going to law school if acting didn't work out, but I'm not seeing any mention of notable education in the cast immediately. I'm not tracking down all the pages to be sure. Yeah, but like they're like, and I think what's his face with the hair? Not the situation with the other guy. Not the big guy. Not Vinny, but Vinny's buddy. What's his face? The DJ, Paulie. Paulie. I think he went to like University of Rhode Island or something like this, right? I think he did. Yeah. Ooh, hey, there's a stick. That's really good for fire. They all have hair. Yeah, but like Paulie has very intense hair. Like very, like I feel like if I touched his hair, it might prick me. It is very gelled. Very, very gelled indeed. Yeah, it's interesting because that's just like that's not a vibe that was always popular. And I think it's interesting that we had a bit of a... let's hope that wolf leaves us alone. And let's hope we find bullets. Those are the things we're going to hope for. As we just sort of like, you know, mosey on towards our destination, which is... we're going up here. We're going to try to hit this cave. This is going to be the first place we go. We're heading towards that cave. They were half our age, trooper. Yeah, I actually got to meet her when she was training Indy when she first started. She came through the Fed I was training in, and man, she was so serious about business even then. Who? I did. Not Vinny, but Vinny or Vici. Yeah, no, I had a wrestling question. Because I used to watch wrestling as a kid, right? Back in the rock and wrestling days when the WWE was the WWF, before they had to change their name. Oh, Sasha Banks. Sammy the Sweetheart got a sociology after the show. Oh, well, that's interesting. That is interesting. Fascinating. I'm interested in that. That's interesting to me. Okay, so I watched wrestling back in the, you know, WWF days. Was like my main wrestling era. WWF is WWF the Panda. Yeah, that was my main era. And then I sort of didn't follow it as much. Like I missed, for example, the days of The Rock. That was like a time that I totally missed that era. So I have a question. I am looking for something that, right, this, let me just eat this. That's what I'm going to do. It's pretty light. Doesn't take up too many, doesn't restore too many calories. So just getting like I said 500. We'll move for a little bit. Yeah, I missed the Attitude Era, Undertaker. The Situation has an AAS, and Suki is listed as also graduated from Brookdale Community College, but that's all the higher education. Oh. Unfortunately, says gone. I have to leave. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Hydrate. So I suppose, yeah. So I was like, you know, I started kind of early and like hit that sort of like the early WF days as it transitioned from the earlier stuff, right? You saw some of the old timers there, then moved over. And so like I missed the Attitude days. And when I was watching it, I watched a little bit of the other one, the WCW, which was like a little bit more bloody. I was heavily into WFE during Attitude Era. I have the fan art. Oh, nice. Because I was like a Wendy Richter, Fabulous Moolah, British Bulldogs, Roddy Piper, Randy Macho Man Savage, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Jimmy the Superfly Snuka, Ricky the Steamboat the Dragon, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Iron Sheik, right, that whole $1 Million Man, absolutely. Right, like that, you know the era I'm talking about, right? Like, oh, The Undertaker was there too, like near the later parts. Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, right? Yeah, $1 Million Man. Sherry, Sensational Sherry, Miss Vicky. You know the era that I'm talking about. Yes, to watch it too. So my question is, that was like a particular era, the rock and wrestling era, all that time period. How would you say, for those of you who've been watching wrestling consistently from like the 80s to now, I stood through the good and the bad to the modern day. Halfar says, you can tell they let them do their own thing. So loving up the two grown men and they're going to go through a Ghostface this video. Yeah, there's the era of wrestling, the homebrew wrestling. Oh, yeah, nice. So how would you describe the difference in style or trends from the 80s, 90s, aughts, teens? Like, that's four decades of wrestling. How would you describe the difference in style? Right? Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I would like to know, because I watched it in the 80s and then I joined the army. Basically, when I joined the army and then was overseas, I was basically out of the country for the 90s, functionally, out of the American media landscape for the 90s. So I missed like a bunch of things like basically stopped for me because I just was like in the 90s, rather than wrestling and roller derby, I was watching, German soccer, basically. So like there are a bunch of things that I ended up getting a kind of a weird shift, as I was basically in Europe for a decade. I backed Lita, Attitude Era, Nia Jax for the current WWE, and you go. Oh, I'm gonna go to a super style right here. Well, I'm ready, Atomic, because I want to know. I want to hear what people have seen and what they notice. Some trends towards more athletic, but Vince still loves his muscle-bound brutes. Oh, okay. I kind of feel like we didn't have a lot. Like, look, I will say, for me, the Ultimate Warrior was the first really bodybuilding-looking guy. Because most of those people, like Randy the Macho Man Savage, was like muscular, but he was not like cut, if you know what I mean. Like the Ultimate Warrior was the first guy. I remember seeing him and thinking, oh, he looks really different, right? The Ultimate Warrior looked bodybuilder jacked in a way that a lot of the other wrestlers did not look bodybuilder jacked. So that seemed to be he was like a shift. So would you say that we got more of that as we moved sort of era wise? Is that like, was that like a trend that you all have noticed? Hey, Lita, I've been dyeing my hair red since age of 12, so that one, nice. The thing with Lita Ford. There's been an overall shift from characters to wrestlers that blur the line between reality and kayfabe. Oh, that's interesting, Anino. Oh, that's interesting. Fun fact, says Ice Bunny. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and I have a birthday on the same day. Oh, interesting. Yeah, he was steroid jacked. He was. Andre didn't even work out. It wasn't his fault. He was the biggest in the stars. He was just like, the audience has changed. They're in on the carny stuff. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I would like to know more about that. Also, what kind of firewood stuff do I have? Speaking of fire. Fire. What do I have? I just wanted to give a quick check. I do not have the fire materials that I would like. If I get them, I will be heavier. So why don't I just eat some heavy meat for the moment, which will give me a bit more space to pick up some wood so that I'm, oh man, I just get so wet so quick. Oh, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, I remember him. I wasn't really watching at that time, but I remember him. So they look at wrestling storylines and the meta behind it. Oh, that's interesting. Rant will come in about 10. All right, we're ready for it. Especially since Stone Cold Steve Austin, there's been more of a blur between baby faces and heels. Oh, that's interesting. This is just going to give me sticks. Fine. Like, why does this guy get a push for the championship, not my guy? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. A lot more pseudo shoots where they drag in real life things, almost like a fabricated reality TV. Now that everyone knows it's fake, they play around the person behind the gimmick more. Oh, that's interesting. Hey, Max Ryder, we're talking about changes in wrestling trends from the 80s to the present day. So we're currently talking about. I got a collector's card from the WF and gave the doubles my BFF, and I think my mom did not throw my cards. Oh, that would be good to have. The wrestlers have changed too. A lot of the wrestlers nowadays aren't those wild troublemakers. This generation are avid gamers and D&D players. Oh, that's interesting. Except for that one guy whose whole gimmick is making fun of D&D players. Oh, I was born in 1966, but never really followed wrestling. Oh, interesting. I followed old school roller derby and wrestling quite a lot. I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed old school roller derby a lot. It made me happy. Afraid to become a you had afraid to become a wrestler? Oh, interesting. That was AEW, which lets the wrestlers write their own stuff. They don't have a writer team like WWE does. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, The Rock did play D&D with Matt. Yeah. To be fair, that guy's whole shtick is that he's better than all of you. Oh, he's one of those guys? Yeah. Interesting. Would you say that the muscularity has gotten more or less? MJF, yeah, but yeah. His stage name is Christopher Daniels. He wanted to be a wrestler. He was a theater major, and eventually he went on to do it. Oh, interesting. Huh. So, I always really liked the very acrobatic wrestlers. And is that, like, where are we at in terms of, like, big bruiser guys versus, like, showmen versus acrobats? Just sort of, like, curious as to, like, where we're at in terms of trends. I think the wrestlers nowadays are more athletic. They're fast, more aerial. Oh, interesting. Interesting. You were waiting for good. Hey, that's an interesting one. That is so cool. Also, hey, waiting for Godot. Nice. Thanks, Ryder. Nice. Some are as muscles in the past. Some are acrobatic, aerial. Huh. You grew up, Hawkeye says you grew up with the ADW with the likes of Vern Gagne, De Crusha, Nick Bockwinkel, Blackjack Lanza. AEW, says Ani Geek, has a 6'5", very large man that's a luchador by the name of Luchasaurus. That's nice. It is a bizarre play. Like, we hammed it up a lot. Our puzzle never learned his damn lines, though. Ugh. You still got jacked athletes, but there's gonna be less of a steroid culture. Oh, that's good. Rant typing now. I know that there was a lot of injuries, right? A lot of, like, I mean, what I think is interesting, I wonder if this is a question I have about, like, seeing behind the kayfabe and sort of thinking about this. I wonder if this is tied into more awareness on the audience's part about, like, injuries, because, like, a number of wrestlers got injured. Like, there was that guy that had that neck injury doing it was a cage match maybe, or one of those big drops, and he, like, injured his neck really badly. And sort of thinking about, like, I wonder if people are maybe a bit more aware of the person when they realize that actually wrestlers can really get hurt and injured, and maybe also some of the deaths that came from over steroid usage. Like, I wonder if, like, basically some of the injuries that the wrestlers have gotten have humanized them, which means maybe the audience maybe might care a bit more about them off stage, like their well-being. I hope. Halfar says AEW is a nice mix of both. I find they're not afraid to let the small guys fight the big guys. More physical storytelling matches. Oh, that's cool. Less gimmicks and more of the wrestler personality integration. Question: do shelves take a lot less space than bins? I'm trying to figure out what to do with all my stuff. Depends on the shelves. You can always put bins in shelves. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy should not work as gimmick, but it fucking does, and I'm here for it. I need to look at this. Iceman says, my friend and I dragged my dad to CWF live, but none of us got merch because my dad was chaperoning us. I got to see some roller derby live, got to see the Bay Area Bombers. It was amazing. Do you mean the incident where the don't let this man distract you from the fact that in 1998, The Undertaker threw Mankind off Hell in a Cell and plummeted I think so, yes, Valtiel. I like to remind everyone that Donald Trump was a WE performer. That's true, he was. No, I have mostly complete runs of Call of Cthulhu, several D&D worlds, and many, many other pitches. Nice. I try to do a more clear old style, heel babyface style with Grapple's Keep, but it's a challenge. Yeah, that's true, you do. Yeah, I find all this, like, okay, so, Rissa says, I had a coworker who did unregulated roller derby about 10 years ago. She's a post-worker now. Well, modern roller derby is very different from old school roller derby. Because like modern roller derby tends to be like women only and flat track, whereas, and they tend to go with like kind of like it's a lot more fishnets. Whereas old school roller derby was like right, men's team, women's team on the same men's squad, women's squad on the same team, and banked track. A lot more theatrical. Old school roller derby. I've been collecting since '79, and there are plenty of places selling cheap stuff in the '80s. That's true. That is true. It looks like that there are wolves over there, which makes me sad. That makes me sad. We're gonna save, because you know we're gonna save. Not full of joy, but if this is gonna get us more carrying capacity, I'll do it. Absolutely 100%. And how close are we to... We're getting there. We're getting close to this cave. So that's good. Half Hour said, I used to watch some old school roller derby on late night sports channel and was super fascinated by it. The trash talk was, oh my gosh, the trash talk was definitely pro drama. And there was like, some of the drama in roller derby was amazing. And what I really liked about old school roller derby, because it was kind of fake, was that, and because it was kind of fake, that allowed them to do certain kind of acrobatic stuff they just wouldn't do in an actual game, because that would be dangerous. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be unsafe to do some of the things they did in old school like some of like the jumps, like there were like moments where like somebody would like, some of the athletic ones would like scoot through your legs or like jump over you, that kind of stuff that you couldn't do in a real match because it just wouldn't be safe. And I really did enjoy that old school roller derby. Rex was like, I'm not keeping it. Oh, but if you're thinking about if you, I don't know, Max, I don't know what kind of place you live in, but built-in bookshelves, right? Like these are great because they go across the entire wall. So you can just like, I would like to explore all of that, but I'm getting cold. So, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do it. I don't care. Some of the roller trash talk was more intense than wrestling. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the two people propelling third person forward and yeah, all that. Yes, all the cannonballing stuff. All that stuff is just not a thing that you would do if this were not a staged thing. Staged-ish, you know what I mean. But it was. I loved the drama. I love the drama of old school wrestling and some of the rivalries were pretty amazing. Like there was just some like. Good stuff. Some good stuff is all I'm trying to say. I enjoyed it very much. Well, shells might be the way to go, but they don't move really well. So if you think you need to move them from time to time, I go with bins. Can you do built-in shelves? Because if you can do built-in shelves, then you can get more shelf space in there. You can go like super tall. You have Fossa Star Trek, which is good, as well as Icon and Last Unicorn, Twilight 2000, 2300 AD, Traveler, 7th Sea. Ooh, nice. Nice. By the way, it doesn't look like there's anything too outrageous here. It's all right. Also, those aren't wolves, those are bunnies, which is great because they will not kill me. I'm feeling good. Right? It is a beautiful waterfall. Yeah, I feel like we can get to this cave and we'll probably be good there, is what I'm thinking. Like, I'm feeling good. I watched Smooth the other day and one was pushed off the ring and fell into the floats. Ooh. I might be able to do built-in shelves on the wall. I think I'll need some freestanding shelves as well. Yeah. Basically a library in the corner. Absolutely. If soap operas are estrogen, the wrestling is testosterone. Or both, you know? You hope the bunnies... Well, actually, that's true. Bunnies can be dangerous. Bunnies can be dangerous. Yes. Yeah, I loved... You want to know what I loved about roller derby, too? I'm too much the collector. Most, if not all, the original Dragonlance, all the Greyhawks and Forgotten Realms, all the Ravenloft 2nd and 3rd edition. Oh, nice. Vorpal bunnies are very dangerous. I'm not going to kill this bunny because I have enough food. Is just all I'm going to mention. But there are a lot of bunnies here. I could eat them all. But I don't need to. I just need to get out of the cold. And collector's a nice word for pack rat. Oh, lady wrestlers. Yeah. I'm glad that lady wrestlers are a thing again because, like, I like that. Oh, because of glow. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. There was a time when there weren't a lot of, yeah, where there weren't a lot of wrestlers, women wrestling, and that was kind of a bummer. What is this? Hello. Hey, we're
Nobody
gonna
needs this anymore.
we're gonna take that rifle ammunition and we're going to use it. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. We're also gonna just go and get these mushrooms. I realize that we're gonna be loading ourselves down a little bit, but we do have. It'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I am losing heat. We're gonna hit that. Oh, we're losing heat a lot. Oh, you are right. We're losing heat very quickly. Yeah, let's find that cave, shall we? Since we're losing heat a lot. Yeah. And Max is shocked that I'm loading myself down.
Sure getting cold.
Yes, indeed. We are getting cold. That is true. That looks great. We're not going to look at it right now. We'll look at it on the way out. We need to find that cave. We need to find the cave, everybody, because it's getting really cold. Yeah, and we're gonna go soon too. I do have wood for a fire. It's not the best wood. Oh, but that is wood. That is longer standing wood. You are correct. You are correct, Max. You are correct. We're gonna just grab that cedar firewood right there because we've just got some sticks and we do have some coal, but we'll just take this. Yeah, at one point, Mula had almost total control of the Wind Search. That's true. Rumors that she used the ladies as harem for promoters. And yeah, apparently she was not a good person. Apparently Mula was not a good person. Not a good person. Yeah. But there's a cave. We're getting to that cave, and then we will not die. This is our life. Yeah, I read an article about Mula and how she was maybe not a good person. I was like, oof. Yeah. Because also, like, you just couldn't wrestle if you were a woman unless you worked with Mula. No, the fabulous Mula. She was a wrestler. Yeah. Okay, we're in the cave. We are not warming up yet, but we are going to set... Oh. Hey, it's dark, and I cannot see what we are doing. We're gonna just light... Okay. Look, all I want to do is start a fire. You know, like, I don't want to do a lot. I just want to start this fire. Let's start a fire. Remember Red Arrow Piper and the... Oh, I do remember them. Absolutely. Well, I feel like we're not going to get eaten right now, despite the fact that the music sounds very dangerous. Please, fire, start. Start the fire. Yes, okay. And we're just going to add some fuel. Yeah, look at that. Not bad. Not bad. Where are we? Well, this is cramped. This seems bad, right? Am I the only one who thinks this is Oh, hey, look. There's a place over there. I'm not going to get hypothermia, so why do our clothes always get so wet? We're going to have to take off our clothes again, folks. It's just a thing we have to do. We're going to just set ourselves up for success. Let's take that off, take that off, take that off. That. Sure. Boom. And then, drop these things. And while they are drying out, I'm going to eat food. I would like to eat our heavy meat, because we've got a lot of, like, super heavy meat that weighs a lot, and I feel like we should just eat that. She's in this cave now. It's like a, hey, look, I am like I just want you to know how much I have, I am really lowering my encumbrance. You should all be very proud of me. I got a BBC account online just to watch their version of Ghost, but whoops, can't watch it. Oh. Isn't that what VPNs are for? That's what all the ads people tell me. Yeah. Now, I mean, I suppose theoretically she could sleep, but, I don't feel like that's going to happen. Well, I feel like she should press on a... Well, you know what she could do? She could have a little bit of coffee. Why don't we make some coffee? I feel like that is a smart thing to do. Boom. Look at us. I don't know what it is. I'll just watch elsewhere that drinks it. Yeah. No. VPNs are this thing where they are, they kind of like, they're like a barrier between you. It's like virtual private network, virtual something network. So it's like a barrier between you and like the internet in a particular kind of way. So you can basically tell them what country you're in, and that country could be any country you want. Like you could be like, I'm in the UK. So then you can watch things that are UK restricted. So like if you have Netflix, like you could watch BBC Netflix. It's like a virtual private network. Yeah. So it's proxy. Thank you, Rothgar. Proxy. Virtual proxy network. And let me drink this. Even though I have enough liquid. Let's just pick that up. I really feel like our lives are good at the moment. And you know what? Everything is wet, y'all. This makes me super sad. Yeah, I think we're gonna save, but I also think what we're gonna do is add a stick of coal, and then I'm going to actually just take a nap for 2 hours. Because if we take a nap for 2 hours, the things might be dry. And we've got like 2 hours on this fire. So let's take a 2 hour nap. Boom. Yeah, we gotta go. It's 9 o'clock. We should probably like wrap it up, but I got like 5-10 minutes. Hey, look at that. Everything is nice. I didn't actually mean to sleep for another hour. That was not what I meant to do. I keep pressing the wrong button. Most proxies are used to if you're on a computer that blocks get around the block. Yeah, I know that they do that in countries that... You know what? We're going to need to... No, that's not what I want. I want to start a torch. Um, 2000s, the death of competition. Once WWE bought WCW and ECW, we were left with no competition, and they got incredibly complacent despite the rise of quite a few legendary names, such as John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and Randy Orton. This became an era where there was shock and awe approach to storytelling. Oh, that's interesting. Hey, look at this, folks. My stuff looks dry. Yeah, my stuff is dry, and we're in a cave. And I don't know which direction we should go. But we should probably not go any direction. We should probably... Oh, we've got a lot of things to get for supplies, but we're not doing those first because we're doing the side ones, right? Because, yes? Yes. All right, we're going to drink water and then save. You gotta put all the clothes back on or else you get, But look, I want you all to know something. Look at this. I'm at 52 pounds. kilos. That's really good for me. And once I eat all that food, I'll be down to like 48. That's really good for me too. Like, I just want you to know that I am so responsible right now. And I hope that you're all proud of me for... Did I actually save? I think I did. I hope you're proud of me of like just how responsible I'm being. I feel like you should be. Okay, we're gonna quit. Good. Boom. All right. That was us. I mean, like, stuff you're on a work computer and they have Facebook block. Oh, I suppose you could do that. But also, I think it also stops. I think VPNs make it more difficult for people to like break into your stuff. We made so much stuff. We were very productive. We still got a lot of talking in, including about looting and then NAGPRA and serial killers. I want to talk to you all about like about Cthulhu Confidential, but we have to finish the story with PB first. I was learning some stuff. I've been learning a little bit more about something that Lindy knows all about that I really need to learn more about, like layer masks. I've been learning more about layer masks. I've been working on my overlays and learning some stuff, so that's pretty cool. I need to do marks, so I've got a blue button for that, but I keep forgetting. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of stuff, but I've got to get my syllabus stuff together for the Soul class, and then I've got the secret project I've got to do, which we can talk about at a different time. And I've got to get ready for Kolos, which is starting soon. And we will talk more. We will talk more. I've got stuff to do. And hey, y'all, thanks for being around, and thanks for all the wonderful conversations. I will see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. for Cthulhu Confidential. Saturday at noon for The Outer Worlds. And then basically we should be doing, if everything goes well, we should be doing Simply Divine at 9 a.m. in the morning on Wednesday, as long as the kitten does not chew through Dot's cables anymore. So I will let you know if it happens. So we will see. All right. How far have you gotten into writing your NDA thing? Well, unfortunately, not very far, because I've had to get all my classes together. But classes are started, and once I get this last syllabus ready, then I can devote all of my time. You know what I mean? All of my time to that. So it's going to be. I'm doing syllabus stuff tonight for Soul, and once I get that done, then it's all NDA writing project for the next 11 days. That's what we got. So my friends, thank you for letting me do the giveaway with you. I'm very excited. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Y'all are awesome. Good night, everybody. And I will see you all soon. Bye.